Do nada na cena chegamos e pum, tipo tatuagem nós já te marcou. Cês só querem treta e eu só tenho flow. Tamo mais hypado do que o Jon Snow. Se tua zaga é forte, nós tem o coaching. É pequeno, caralho, eu sou o dadinho. Te destruo fácil igual soldadinho. Mas o que tu não faz não me torna vendido.
Hello, my friends. Vamos a disfrutar un poco del Major. Gran Face Clan. Con Olof. I left Major. La venganza de Cargan, le llaman.
In like Swedish pub Counter-Strike, and a bunch of people thought he was never going to leave, and it was like, no, who's this Olaf man? He's just good at online, you know, like he was actually a whole for a while. That's like
Bueno, o sea, mejor, tío, que esto.
He's just good at online, you know, like he was actually a whole theme for a while. That's like the very much every superstar and every amazing player that we've had.
Se ve más grande, tío.
Moment of doubt where no one just really believes that they could actually do it in a tournament setting. I think it's extra funny with Olaf Meister just because at one point he was the best player in the world, hands down, no question. He could just do things that other people couldn't. We're a bit of a ways away, some time away from that Olaf Meister. Yeah, that was a while ago, wasn't it? Running onto the bomb site.
El pobre Olof.
Quite far behind. I'm guessing they hope that they could create the space for a bomb plant here towards CT spawn, but no such space created at all. Just being denied. Very passive defense for FaZe. Couple times.
En un top team no pinta mucho Olof ya, la verdad.
They've been really far back towards A, and I wonder if that's something Kerrigan wants to exploit. Just saying, we saw that maybe that's something that he's just like, all right, well, let's at least get into the site, get the plant, and see what happens.
Se ve mejor.
Throw the rest of it to the retake to the
Se ve mejor el Steam.
Saying no thanks. He was hoping they were going to take it fast, listening for the footsteps, and you can kind of take advantage of how fast-paced Mouse Sports is with that pop flash over, but
HD.
the opportunity didn't present itself, so they just call things off. And we were just talking about the passive defense on A, but now look at how far up they are. So you love to see that variety in FaZe, because that's something that can really do a lot. Well, especially we'll see what they do with Rain now, pushing down A ramp, and he's really clearing things out towards that side of the map, so he's going to pass along the information, and we'll see if there's any adjustment. Neo now pushing up in towards Palace as well. Nico only has to watch Connector. Rain's going to get a flank, but Rob's coming back.
El juego de los pacientes.
He's going to be late for the check. They are having a bit of a fight, and Rain actually will take down Robs. That's the bomb now dropped really far back. What a beautiful beginning here for Rain. This is such a nice variety in that A defense, and it happens at just the perfect time. Kerrigan's managed to sneak his way in, but is that going to be enough to build a round off of? Oh my god, he's like flanking the flankers. This is insanity. He's actually clearing out the A bomb site, so they know they have Rain aggressive. There goes Nico. Frozen's going to fall next, but this is all on Kerrigan. That's a huge kill. Neo is still waiting in Palace, and he's the safety net. They've never cleared this out, and I wonder if they're even going to consider it to be an option. But he only has the MP9. Oh, this is not going to be easy. If he stops the bomb plant, that's going to be really huge. Left. Making the jump down there, he sees one at range, and he's going to go straight for Woxic. That's so smart. Don't want to be fighting multiple people with that. Now 10 seconds left, and there's all of Meister long range.
La experiencia.
Oh my god, they've got no chance any longer. Kerrigan, there's no time to do this. That is almost bringing it back.
La experiencia de Neo.
That was time as well. So wow. I don't know if
La experiencia de Neo.
by Neo to kind of obviously not work out that perfectly. I think the reason why it's so effective.
Le da la vida a FaZe.
Ramp, right? You normally rotate. Everyone shifts over one, right? So there's usually someone also pushed up in Palace, and I think that's kind of the way that Mouse Sports is in this situation. For Neo to still be there is crazy. That was
El buen Robs.
cool having a moment, wasn't it? He's frustrated, then cool, not too cool. Well, I mean, he was laughing afterwards. Is that like a sign of insanity? I feel think like so. That was my next thing.
Oh, vaya mis.
Not the best Molotov we've seen yet, but the follow-up shot with the AWP was just fine.
Ay, mía, falla el molotov y acierta con el AWP.
And I like that they have him with the AWP over the site, and also that the fact that can't get away, Kerrigan. Also the fact now
Lo ha dejado finísimo,
it up in that
bomb site.
Esto es jugar en equipo.
You allow a lot more flexibility for how Olaf wants to play different scenarios.
Esto es jugar en equipo.
Spots to hold on any map is on that truck over at B with the orb. Not because it's a great spot to be in, but just because when you do get a kill on people, they fall into the sofa behind, and it's.
Oh yeah, you really like the ragdolls. Oh,
Uf.
wow,
All right, that's cool.
that's awesome.
Robs con la Scout.
Literally cool.
¿En serio? ¿Por qué tiene a Scout Robs y no Chris J?
He got the last name cool and not used this for a nickname. How's that possible?
O Woxy.
That's actually really.
Ah, Woxy está muerto.
That's good interview material.
Yeah, there's a reason they don't let me do the interviews actually. Robs and Chris though, 2-on-4. Hoping for a bomb plant, maybe hoping for more than that, but it's going to be tricky. They've given up that Krieg to the CT side, and
La primera se lo lleva.
I'll try and avoid doing that because it's just absolutely devastating peeking in someone holding a corner with the Krieg.
Uf, Olof, madre mía, Olof.
Is not what you want to see.
Madre mía, Olof.
All it goes from bad to worse. 2 players down. Molotov to the wrong spot. Chris J planning inside the smoke, and Nico trying to pass what information he has on the rain, and everyone is falling. I don't know how phases.
Olof y su SG la da la ronda Mouse. Básicamente.
Yes.
Probably both those, at least one of them, but then it all falls apart. And now Nico 1 versus 2.
Tiene kit.
Ticking in front, and he's gonna get shut down. That's the insane turnaround in this round for Mouse Sports. There's gonna be a lot of discussion around that. I'm guessing some people probably not happy about that from
Olof lo da la vida. Olof no pinta nada en Face ya.
Forget as well, beautiful shot from Rops with that scout from Catwalk all the way onto Guardian, dropping off of the ticket booth. This all started off so well for FaZe, and then it was just all Rops and Chris J from there. Obviously, those botched kills from Olaf, that's really rough. Yeah, those are ones. And
that was a headshot.
I have to imagine that he just like turned that corner because he's obviously staring into the wall, so he doesn't really have the information of who's where, exactly what angle he's going to take the fight. And I'm assuming in that one spot,
Olof, tío, Olof.
pick one target.
I've actually found that to be a problem. Sometimes when I see like new up-and-coming players, that's actually one of the ways in which I judge people, is if they have multiple targets, are they able to commit to just one, or do they sort of prematurely try and switch to the second one? And I don't know if that's a skill that you can actually practice easily. I would almost say that's just like a brain wiring thing. But there are some people that are really good at it, and a lot of the times...
Está jugando bien, pero ya sabemos que las kills en este juego no significan nada.
Whereas getting 2 people to 50 health is not that great.
Well, Neo's gonna go away from the AWP. At the B bomb site. Olaf's got one though.
Es un mapa CD, no lo olvidéis.
Bomb site. Again, no real information for FaZe in middle as Chris J and Frozen come from the underpass. Late peek from Nico and Window though. He's got to be careful, but he spots the boost. Perfect timing on that.
Yeah, it really was. Kerrigan trying to make it out here. Neo looking right over the smoke. He's in a little bit of trouble. He's got the backup in here as well. And close range, actually the gun barrel right into the face.
Ah, mira, Nio que le ha metido la bocacha en la boca al Robs.
I don't know. That seemed like that could have made a huge difference if he could have got that kill.
He needed that kill on Kerrigan. Once Kerrigan gets out onto that platform, it's just such a dangerous angle, and you can see Olaf with the AWP doesn't even really get a chance to do much. Fight, and there goes Nico. Woxic picks him off.
Could he see the gun barrel the whole time, Woxic? I kind of almost want to know if that's why he was just waiting.
Well, FaZe is out of money now.
They are.
Guardian's going to have this op. Rain has 1900, but what are you going to invest around the AWP is the question. And this has got to be extra hurtful for FaZe when you consider this all started from losing a 2-on-4.
Yeah.
Chris J and Rops over in the B halls in the previous.
Guardia no está teniendo impacto ninguno en la partida,
I mean, that 2-on-4 turns into possibly 3 rounds for the price of 1 in a way.
Yes.
Visto los stats.
But
small mistake, big consequences.
Some would say, you know, mistakes are as big as their consequences in that sense. You know, sort of a pragmatic, you know, approach to that. Could throw in a little bit of philosophy here in the middle of it.
You've blown my mind, really.
I would probably have just the open window and everybody in this round. Just have him as cover fire, because this orb is the only thing that could really sort of make a difference, right? Oh, okay, this is still cool. They're trying to really build something behind this. This is a very cool idea.
Yeah, but they've already passed. This is a big gamble. Guardian putting a lot of faith in his flicks, which we know have been spectacular at times. He hasn't really had much of an impact with the
Han tardado mucho en hacer el boost. ¿Qué pasa, Cabroneta? ¿Cómo estamos, tío?
Olaf at 14 kills, Rain at 12 for the FaZe side of things. Guardians down at 5 with Nico.
He's at least in the right part of the map, Guardian.
¿Cómo estamos, bro?
I mean, that could make a big difference. But that first kill, when they turn the corner, that has to be Guardians, like right away. If he misses that and they sort of
Se me olvida el chatbox.
around for mouse sports, so it's gonna have to be really
Yay!
just as we were praising that.
We'll see what Nico's got. Only a USP inside of the bomb site, so chances are probably not a whole lot, but Guardians here now. With that off, it can do damage at range. There's the dink, but yeah, that USP just can't clean him up fast enough.
Vamos a poner algo en el chat.
Now it's Guardians' turn to get the first kill onto Kerrigan. Doesn't have to worry about anyone in paths, but he does have to worry about Rops inside the site. Flash
Oh, Navi.
towards CT spawn. And Mouse Sports slowly finding themselves.
La gente está diciendo, si es Face contra Mouse.
Follow-up. Guardian couldn't even see it.
Con sueño, ya somos dos.
Yeah, and also very hard for them to.
Ya somos dos, tío.
If they were going to rush that CT spawn area, how is he going to be defended by USPs? Olaf Meister picking up the AWP. Looked like he wanted to run away, but maybe he's not actually sure if that's possible. They are going to be all.
Buen money hop.
You know the value of the weapon that he's holding, so try and see if they can take that away so they don't have to face it the next round. Olaf really boxed in. Woxic finally going to be going down. He's doing a incredible job right now in defending this weapon, but ultimately they're going to come for him. He still picks up the kill. This is kind of unbelievable.
He's got Frozen coming from behind though, and that's going to be the end of it.
I mean, it's all worth it for Mouse Sports. They're going to be happy losing all those players and getting the round. But it looked like he was about to do it. 7 to 6.
Ya somos dos. ¿Ves? Estos son los partidos que vale la pena ver. Un Face Mouse Sports. Como alguien me decía, ¿por qué no veía los partidos del Major? Digo, pero si yo para ver un Force contra Crazy no lo voy a ver.
Fast pace from Kerrigan using the smoke to run all the way up catwalk. He's beat the defense and Olaf is blind. Are they going to be ready for this? 2 players there. Good kill from Rain.
Básicamente.
Rain with the double kill. There's Nico as well from window room. He's helping them out in a big way, and another 4-on-2 and 1 they certainly cannot drop.
4 para 2 y saben dónde están. 3 para 2.
And this is where again, FaZe, you got the 2-on-4. You have to be winning this. If you don't pick up this round, then
Cuando tiene el humo avanzado ya te lo esperas. Hay minos, hay majors, hay torneos intermedios. Los majors son los más importantes. Como la Champions League del fútbol. Además los mejores de los mejores. Uff. Muchas SG estoy viendo en este torneo, A ver, buenos son todos. Si no, no estarían donde están. Un cuchillo sin invertir mucho. Depende del rango de precios que estés pensando, Mongiral. Los mejores cuchillos baratos son 120, entre 120 y 140 euros. Los Flip Knife de la Escarlata. Son los cuchillos más guapos y más baratos. Ya si quieres más para abajo, pues menos precio, pues un Bushmine, cuchillo de cazador, un Bowie. Con las navajas, la Flip Knife siempre triunfa. He got in really deep last time and that almost won them the round. We'll see if we can do it again. Making a bit of noise. The grenades being thrown there. Now they're in window. They've actually got so much map control right now. This is a big problem for FaZe. They're not even afraid to show it. They're just signaling, yep, we're here and we're going to try and see if we can get it done. Nico falling immediately. Te pilló poniéndote las bragas. That's going to be a huge problem. Guardian now alone to defend it. Haz guardia en lo que hace en mi posición de A. Esta normalmente es la posición que defiendo yo cuando estoy en Mirage. Con el AVP. Vamos a ver cómo lo maneja.
Hace lo mismo que yo, el guardián. Sí. Los cuchillos más baratos valen 50 o 60 euros. Los bosques boreal y los forests de Pat estos que son feísimos. La verdad es que para tener un bosque boreal o una cosa de estas, prefiero no tener nada, ¿eh? Vamos a ver los cuchillos que hay. Bueno, es como todo, un precio exagerado. Tú piensas que es tuyo para siempre. Lo vendes. Cuando te canses lo vendes y una parte la recuperas. Como una fianza. Mira qué precios hay cuchillos, 4.000 euros. 8.000 euros. ¿Quién paga 8.000 euros por un cuchillo? Para que veas. 8.000 euros por un cuchillo, tío. Yo a no ser que cobrar 1.000.000 de euros al mes, ya te digo yo que 8.000 euros en un cuchillo no me he gastado. Jamás. Eso que tengo la Dragon Lore que vale 1.000 euros. Vamos a ver, Mongral. Pero es que los streamers que viven de Csgo tienen el de uno de 8.000, tienen otro de 5.000, otro de 4.000, otro de 2.000, igual tienen 10 de 1.000 euros. Tienen de todo. A ver, si te sobra la pasta yo veo bien. Si te gusta el juego, pues vale, pues te gastas 8.000 euros en un cuchillo. Si te sobra, pero... Gente como yo que ni vive de esto ni nada, a precio de persona normal. A precio de persona. Sí. Tú piensas que un coche de un Dacia Logan te vale 6.000 euros nuevo. 6.000, 7.000 euros nuevo. ¿Qué pasa, hermanillo? Pues cuando Csgo se vaya a la mierda, pues lo vendes y igual te sale, en vez de 8.000, pues igual te ganas 5.000 o 4.000. Con Gran se ha ido. Pues nada. Uf, la Glock. La Glock lo das a la mocha o comes mierda. Lo mismo que ha dicho el comentarista. No sé dónde se van las balas de la Glock. Porque a esa distancia le tienes que dar sí o sí. ¿Qué me vas a contar a mí, caballoneta? Que la Dragon Lore vale 1.000 euros. Mi M4 Hall vale 800 euros. Puede ser. Puede ser, pero bueno, de todas maneras, si te metes en el Csgo 1.6, ahora hay gente que lo juega, o sea. El buen Woxic. Turco Woxic, buen jugador.
issues?
No major stresses, just a lot of very small ones. You know, flight delay out of the first airport.
Muy relajados veo a Mouse, muy relajados.
Right.
And they make this announcement. There was like a 1 hour, 1.5 hour delay.
No, papá tiene skins que valen pasta, también.
But they boarded someone from the wrong flight onto the plane. Someone was like going to Tokyo instead of Amsterdam.
Yo sí, yo mi inventario ya no lo cambio, ya no compro nada ni nada.
So when they figured it out, they had to
El inventario que tengo es el que me quedo.
bring security
A no ser que empiece a ganar mucha pasta y sí que haga alguna modificación, pero si no,
every single time before people get on.
Wow.
lo que tengo es lo que hay.
That was fun, and I was just facial recognition, futuristic, you know.
Yeah.
La cara de concentración de Neo.
You know, surely. So yeah, so when, once the first flight's delayed, you just.
Se me hace más raro ver a Neo en un equipo que no sea Virtus Pro.
Which was fine, and then I, you know, landed.
La VP Dragon Lore, la M4 Howl, el cuchillo, los guantes, la otra M4 la Emperador, el otro acá la Simo. Tengo bastantes.
Much better than Brilliant Eagle.
Yeah.
Con skin buena me refiero a de 50 euros para arriba.
Berlin Airport's also bad.
Is it?
I don't-
I've
yeah.
never been through that one.
That was the one I flew to, and it was still not good. So I don't know what's happened, but yeah, Amsterdam's got it going on.
And my luggage was the very last bag to come out as well.
Los de la primera parte, tío. Ahora hacemos unos highlights de la primera parte.
That stress of, oh, they lost my bag and everything.
That's only happened to me once.
I have a priority tag because of my status as well. That's like my bag is supposed to be in the first batch.
And they
They
forgot
apparently
that.
didn't pay attention to that rule.
You should write a complaint.
Frozen, que es otro chaval, es bueno,
Listen, dear customer management person,
Uf,
I
I've
just
had
want you to know.
terrible time.
I have a priority tag in my bag and it
bad
keeps-
timing.
This is an issue.
Oh man, that would be good. A good thing to complain about.
Give them like the, do you know who I am?
Do you even know?
And then they'd respond and say, nope, no idea.
No, not at all. Well, we're
Qué
just-
reflejos, tiene.
You should be sorted, and then we should be good to get back into the game. 9-7 currently. Sports winning the second half pistol, and I don't know.
La más cara que tengo es la VP Dragon Lore.
I'll say this. I mean,
A que todo el mundo cuando juego partidas dice, ah, Dragon Lore, number one Dragon Lore.
taking but a bit more of a loose.
¿Quién tiene a Dragon Lore?
And I would love it.
Pues son muy difíciles de conseguir esa skin.
Players taking some early aim challenges now that they're on the
Piensa que es una skin que sale en las cajas de Cobblestone de los Major.
get some of that.
O sea, antes viendo partidas te dropeaban cajitas, ¿no?
See some improvement out of phase.
Pero cuando estaba el mapa de Cobblestone en el mapa,
Have not been meeting.
salía en esa caja. Y tenía un 0,05%, así una burrada. O sea,
And you just see the
era casi imposible que te toque la skin.
really like doing much. They're just staying in their position and waiting for something to happen, and that's not
Y ya
the
ves.
players that these phase guys are. You know, they're all guys that make things happen, which is so wild when you see their
Yeah.
T sides just fall flat because you're like, how is this possible? They have so many people who can just create something from nothing.
Sí, o dámela.
If you are
Si la gente siempre está igual.
Kerrigan, then
Dame la bebé,
playing it
regálamelo,
to match.
no sé qué. Siempre están igual.
That's going to be like twice like.
Esto es lo que no entiendo, tío. A 2 metros con la Glock, ¿a dónde se van las balas, tío? Si tienes un cargador de 20 balas.
Watch, and I think it actually works better unless you have someone like Kerrigan to add the other level.
No lo entiendo.
Spicy round, Anders. 9-7. FaZe lost the pistol in the second half. And look at the investment from the FaZe side of things. Actually hold the thought.
They're still messing around a little bit.
Yeah, it did go live on our screens, but you know, hasn't actually gone live in our hearts, I guess. It's got to start over.
It's fine. We'll keep
Yo no, yo la compré.
you know, anticipating everything, everyone getting all ready.
Yo la compré, que te sacan una caja es casi imposible. Tú piensas que de esos AVPs igual hay,
They can
yo qué sé, igual hay
window phase.
1000 en todo el mundo.
A rogue scout could be the
O sea, es más por la exclusividad que por el
Touching my head, they also had a Krieg.
hecho de tenerlo.
well. I think that's even been a.
A ver, vamos a echarle un ojillo.
Get a second round Krieg at all seems outrageous. You know, it's like why is fair enough. We changed the point system. Everyone was playing for one. Everyone's like, yeah, it's fine.
Y eso que está en estado, está en algo desgastado, que no está ni siquiera en casi nuevo ni.
That's maybe
Pero tiene un float de puta madre.
Direction. I'm fine with it. I'm more than
Pero te das a vender en el mercado.
take considering the buy that everyone else has on the team, right? Like you have to drop the Krieg over. So I mean, when they had their buy, obviously you guys didn't see it as it didn't switch over, but Neo just had a Glock with no armor and no utility.
yeah, that's
So
true.
you know, there's there's a give and take
Te
there.
das a vender en el mercado.
Take that risk second round with a Krieg.
Joder.
Scout a Krieg. I think
A ver.
2 pistols. Go for it.
Maybe how long before we just don't have pistol rounds at all? And just say you just start with.
Oh, are
like,
you on that train as well?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that.
Okay.
You know, we're getting closer. We're just doing.
A ver, no se ve.
It's like slowly killing them off.
I think the purist in me would cry a little bit if pistol rounds left.
¿Cómo puedo hacer para que se vea esto, tío?
So that there aren't pistol rounds?
I just almost feel like from like a.
El float, digamos, es el desgaste que tiene el arma.
You build it up. Even that even introduces new viewers to the idea of economy, right? Like you know. So I don't know. I don't have a very strong opinion about it. I'll be honest. I feel like every time there are changes.
A ver, no te lo puedo enseñar.
The changes are fine.
That is, I guess, just the nightmare of being a game dev, wouldn't it be? It's just like no matter what happens, there's going to be complaints.
A lot of them.
And you know what? We've probably been part of those complaints in the past.
Es esto que te sale aquí.
Myself, even like a couple of years ago, where I said like I actually just don't comment
¿Ves?
on the changes when they happen.
Índice de desgaste, 0,22.
Understand what value it brings.
Para que te das una idea, los nuevos, o sea, los Factory New,
See, that's why you suck at
ves que lo pone aquí.
Yeah, it's true. I should be doing this
the
more.
more interactive
Exterior, algo desgastado.
you can bring in.
Exterior, recién fabricado. ¿Ves? 0,006.
A little bit. It is very hard to like.
It's scary.
Well, no, but it's also like it's hard to understand what that means overall. So the idea
Es el float que tiene.
have
Por ejemplo, los guantes igual, son algo desgastados, pero tienen un float de 0,15, que es como si fueran casi nuevos. Y estos guantes casi nuevos valen unos 900 euros.
Economy can have
Y los míos valen 600, 500.
played. So every time I see like a change the economy, like I just wince and I'm like, oh dear, we'll see, you know, what happens with this one.
Igual que está, algo desgastado, pero 0,15, que es como un casi nuevo.
that is good news. So
Sí,
just joining us, the big welcome here. It's
exactamente.
second half coming up. Mousewatch
Y esta era la que había, 0,11. Tiene un float, es algo desgastada, pero tiene un float de casi nuevo.
doing pretty well.
Como si fuera una categoría superior, pero más barato.
Well, here's that buy. It's two pistols. It's not an SMG. It's actually an AK-47 on Rain, so a bit stronger than I expected. Giving Guardian plenty of time with this scout to find a pick. It's Kerrigan. He'd go up against.
A ver.
And a nasty little off angle, the one that is probably expected at this point. And quiet on the map for FaZe. No aggression from the defense either.
A ver si te lo puedo enseñar aquí.
Takes a quick peek in towards mid, and now Guardian wants to get a little bit more committed to his pick.
Mira, solo hay este.
Step forward up in that window if you're Guardian.
Solo hay este y está en peor estado que el mío. Y va de 900 euros.
Worried about it.
But you can see, like, the three rifles that FaZe had, you know, Olaf is back at A ramp looking for someone to get aggressive in A. He's trying to find a pick with his crew.
Y se llega a vender a 1000.
Towards the B bomb site, Rain was looking for mid aggression.
Y en el mío vale 1600.
Watch the main points that you think the CTs would attack. And now here we are, covering fire forces, Rops back into the corner, but he doesn't seem annoyed whatsoever.
Ok, caballoneta, gracias por pasarte, tío.
All the utility to make this work for FaZe. It feels like if this is going to happen, they need to find a kill and get into that bomb site, get the plant down relatively quickly.
Y el mío es 1600, pone.
This is their big chance to do it. Kerrigan with a shot for the smoke.
Y no hay ninguna de mercado de esto. ¿Ves? Si hay 6 en todo el mercado de Steam. En todo el mercado de Steam de todo el mundo hay 6.
Sort of trying to regroup and they've got a few
Y es de calidad más baja que la mía.
window right now.
Uf.
It's going to be going down now. Rain covering that, and you see the problem.
Otra vez están haciendo la misma jugada.
It's a shot from Guardian taking down Kerrigan. Headshot with the scout, and they're still worried about that connector. They know Rain is there, and he's going to take down Frozen as well. That bomb now quite ticked and boxing.
¿Cuál bank?
He's trying for it. He's the only one with any real health left at the moment, and Rain has just been such a problem for them. As soon
A
as
guardar.
they get there.
Está muy tocado Robs.
That's a botched retake on the Mouseport side of things. Not that they necessarily would have won it, you know.
El Robs no sé si va a morir, 16%. Uf, 12. La ha salvado Woxic. La ha salvado Woxic con el 9% que le quedaba.
Back towards window room, and then you're still cramped in that scenario as well. What a round from FaZe. Doing a lot with a little. Scout, Krieg, and AK-47. And they take the second round, respond immediately.
Doing more with less. But if that's a joke from the Y, which you haven't seen, so
I gotta tell people that. At a major as well.
Buena ronda de Rein.
Watching new opinions being formed.
listen, there's a chance for redemption, Moses. We can just watch it. Like, I'll
Nico no veo que esté teniendo impacto en este partido, casi nada,
Don't have a good reason as to why I haven't seen it. Hold the thought, Nico with an opening kill. That's Chris.
Mira, entry.
Neo slows down his aggression, but then
Ah, por hablar se hace una entry. Se hace una entry y una asistencia con flash. Eso pasa por hablar.
And he's got Frozen worried. He's got Woxic pushing up mid. The main hit is coming towards that A-bomb site.
Deep Molotov in towards the jungle area, the window area even, so just feeling pretty safe about that one. Good flashbangs as the bomb is being put down right in front. He comes out of the smoke, and Robs was there to pick it up with the FAMAS, but quick return, and now that means this retake. I mean, Woxic, yeah, you've got the flank going on, but how do you win this?
There's no kits either. Woxic even has a smoke if he could drop it on the bomb, but I don't think it'll matter. The players are too spread out. Neo's now coming over to join. Good kill for Woxic. That gets them started.
Does a bit, but I think you're right. Like, the kit's going to be the really big difference maker. He's trying to get more done. That's a good kill on Olofmeister. Maybe one more and he could escape, but Nico will take him down instead. And FaZe are going to be excited about winning this round.
Eso me pasa por hablar.
Right now, of getting right back into the driver's seat of this game, 11-7. So it's only a 4-round difference, but the money is gone now for Mousesports, and this is starting to just look a lot better at the moment for the FaZe side.
Well, it's kind of, I'm going to go back to kind of like what I referenced in the first half, is it feels like FaZe is playing a much better game overall. If it wasn't for that one really disastrous round in the first half, I think the scoreline would actually reflect how much better FaZe has looked, at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
You might not agree?
No, I do. I mean, I think we could be closer to something like 13-5.
Empanadísimo.
If not for that. So... And that would certainly...
Well, if you're Mousesports now, you have the really unenviable task where you not only need to, make a comeback happen, it's going to be likely 12-7 after this. You're going to be
qué parada.
phase 4 away from this map victory. But on top of that, to start a comeback, you also have to establish your economy. You also have money going in your direction. That's never fun, especially after winning the pistol round.
Yeah, not much value in that when this is the follow-up, is it? A stack towards the A-bomb side with everybody there. One of those moments where I have to feel like even if they show up, that won't make a difference. Like, they can walk into the stack and probably still win it. They do have a 5-7 though. Don't get to see those enough.
Really don't. Well, the unfortunate thing about this stack is that they're going away from, or I mean, they're going to attack this from probably the least.
La tiré de spray.
That stack. You want them to be coming up the A ramp. You want them to be coming mostly out Palace and coming up connector. They have the advantage of range with these AK-47s. And there's nothing.
Ronda limpia, 5 vivos.
3 kills for Nico. But it is Rain leading the way. He's having a very good map. 20 and 10 for him. 18 kills on Olaf.
Yanko.
Nico on the other side. It's Chris J with 14 and Woxic at 13.
Yanko getting a good clap in the background. We've been seeing, like a lot of frustration out of Yanko for his time coaching, So it's good to see him get a chance to...
Well, I remember kind of like laughing at him a little bit.
Digo que Nico no tiene impacto y de repente se hace 2 rondas que te cagan, ¿no?
You're really not doing yourself any favors. Like the 2 hardest projects to go coach that have some of the highest expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting. He does have a good sense of humor about it. And if all else fails, I think there's the 5 guys right outside, and he loves that. So
he does. That makes me happy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love 5 guys.
All right. Well, I guess we know where we're going later then.
Uy, Chris J, no se lo esperan ahí ni de coña.
Round. And Mousesports, I think this is kind of a must-win round for economic reasons. No. Just for every kind of reason here. Neo boosted up already, or Rain got boosted up, and Neo want to do the boosting, and they both get a kill. That is way better than you would have expected.
Especially considering Chris J was all the way pushed up and gets a kill at the entrance to B tunnels, which has to be so confusing for a T-side to deal with. Look at this duel between Kerrigan and Guardian. That's an easy kill. Guardian's got control of the B bomb site. If he wants to, he could actually get aggressive in towards Market and have even deeper control and almost ensuring the round. But even with that kill, you could see Mousesports. Rops and Woxic aren't even moving.
Yeah, they don't want to go for it.
I think they've already bowed out of this. They're just like, if you plant at the B bomb site, we're not even going to move.
Wow.
What a hectic round and what a great recovery. That boost from Rain, because Chris J gets that kill in the B tunnels, and I think Mousesports might have overreacted. Obviously, we don't know what they communicated, but there was 2 players immediately running.
Pues si te han tocado, solo les queda guardar.
Like everyone else is in B halls.
Yeah,
and Rain being boosted up just.
Ya se puede hacer una exit para sacar profit.
Out of what, like top mid, and not able to get the kill on Neo. There's just I don't know, a lot of confusion in that round.
That's the thing. I think they overcommitted to the idea that B bomb site was going to be the answer for FaZe.
Mousesports, I mean, it cost them a lot to get enough money to get these rifles, and they don't do anywhere near enough with them.
Veremos a ver contra quién le toca a Mouse el siguiente partido, porque yo lo he puesto que pasa. Yo lo he puesto que pasan a la siguiente fase.
I feel like our analysts were predicting mouse sports. I would have too. I don't think I said it that way. I would have guessed that they would have come out on top as well. Right now, that's looking really rough.
I took FaZe today.
Yeah.
To win this game, yeah.
Did you? Oh, you tweeted publicly. I should do that too. I don't know what I'm doing.
See, that's easy engagement for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll give you all the easy ones to get you started.
Así me van a joder el piquen.
2-7 and 3 pistols on the board for Mouse Sports with the 2 guns they saved previously, but this is dire territory for them if they want to come back into this. I think Woxic might just the op duel, and they both somehow just kind of missed each other.
Anda.
Finds Olaf. And Olaf must have thought Woxic fell back, but he gets in a position to try and punish and loses the fight.
Yeah, strange outcome for that one. Pushing up is Chris with the deagle. Gotta be careful because Nico's up in the apartments behind him, so this is just a question of timing. Chris
Ojo.
gives it up at the wrong time. Oh, around. That's a huge kill to take down Nico. Now, 5 versus 3, but they still have an issue with the rifles. It's a nice shot, isn't it?
They have an issue with Rain in general, who's playing a very
Me ha sonado la mocha.
ADR. Trying to pull them back into this. They have control of mid, but that's all. Guardian hoping Kerrigan walks into his crosshair. He did it. The quick scope can't land. Kerrigan full HP, and there's Chris J again from behind with the deagle doing all the.
Buena ronda.
Kerrigan takes the opportunity to push up as well. It's just Rain. Clean headshot, but not the follow-up.
Buena ronda para FaZe.
On the board, a little bit of life left in them, and that's good for it to show itself. FaZe was starting to get creep.
Buena ronda de FaZe.
So we had the 4 versus 2 round that Mouse Sports won. This one, even though that was, I mean, less of a crazy fluke, but still, 2 rounds that are going to be critical if Mouse Sports are going to make this comeback.
It never feels good against, like, you know, Force Buy or Nico. There were 2 rifles on the board.
There were,
Roxy got that opening kill, but still, it never feels good to lose to those pistols, especially at this stage in the game.
13-8. Rain. That timing is really something, isn't it?
Kill as well, just lean back in his chair. Classic. Roll up in his head. That is
Ay, Nico.
classics. That's great.
I feel like somebody could, if you compile part of the, like, you know, the Exorcist with the priest trying to read and with Nico doing that, you could do some really good video editing. I'm just saying.
And even add the
growling sound.
No, the dialogue. I think of that scene is phenomenal.
Oh god, that would actually be really quality content. Can we get somebody on that?
It's obviously it's got to be a boomer because no one else has seen Exorcist.
No, they did like a whole remake, didn't they? I think there's a remake, but it has to be the old one. I agree. That is really the only real Exorcist that we care about.
¿Habrá tirado molotov ahí a posta o lo quería tirar al coche? Muy bien puesto se ha quedado. Vaya barrera de humo, ¿eh? La barrera perfecta de humo. Por Dios. Vaya comunicación.
Is calling for the save and everyone else is saying no, come retake this. Like that's and now that it just puts Chris J in a really bad spot. You cannot stay in that.
Han dejado con el culo al aire.
Someone is going to hunt you down, and now you don't really have a chance for the retake, do you?
No, I think that kind of got given up. If Robs is going to be going down as well, that's really awkward, isn't it?
Because they've lost so much because of it as well.
Ooh.
Can he get the last one as well on Nico? He's got the right idea, being now faked out the Molotov on top of him, and he's going to get it and survive. And he's not going to get shot in the back. Rain is close to, but...
Muy buena. Muy buena de Woxic. Se ha quedado esperando encima del molotov, Qué huevos tiene el turco. Qué huevos tiene.
I wonder, that's where you'd love to ask them about that round specifically, because it did very weird.
Qué huevos tiene el cabrón. Se ha quedado de pie encima del molo, esperando a que picara a Nico. Y por cazadas les ha salido cara a la ronda.
Tell you what, Moses, it's like if you're driving the car with the kids and then they say like let's stop for ice cream and mom says no and dad says yes like at the same time and then everybody loses. Like now there are no winners. I'm just saying.
A mí en ventana siempre me gusta ponerme más a la izquierda.
Retake and then someone's like no.
Me gusta ponerme al lado de la izquierda en la ventana. Cuando vivo en la VP.
Bad guy all the time. Terrible parenting in every way.
Ya podrían enfocar cómo hacen el humo de ventana desde Despawn.
I think one detail that may have got lost in that previous round is the patience that FaZe had to rein the time. You could see Kerrigan during that set piece was like waiting for the hit to come in, and eventually he's like, well, there's no pressure. Let me go see what's going on, and it's just Rain to pick him off. Now here slowly encroaching towards A. There's one kill, Guardian, an immediate trade from Rops on a low HP Rain, and they now know where he is. The Molotov in, he's got no nades. He's got to come out, and it's Nico to burn him alive, and even the follow-up from Guardian. Bomb site.
Pensé que lo había matado.
Oh, this is working out beautifully for FaZe right now. They're about to take 15 rounds.
Gracias, Diamond.
Given some chances, they've won some freaky rounds, and it just has not been enough for them. This is a level out of FaZe that I feel like we weren't really expecting, but it's great to see. Chris trying to walk away with that AK-47, and Neo will
Lo tiene jodidísimo.
15-8. Need a 7-round comeback for Mousesports. Not really much.
Ahora sería un comeback muy épico, ¿eh? ¿Se dan la vuelta?
Wait, take a moment to think. Are you sure you want to do it?
Yo tengo a los dos equipos puestos en el pique. ¿Qué pasa? O sea, espero que le toque una partida fácil a Mouse. Que pase con un 3-1, un 3-2. Chris J está nervioso ya.
No, wait. I don't mind if I hear those whispers from other teams. What I cannot deal with is if a team comes in and they say, yeah, we've been doing
Yo subo CSGO.
I'm out.
Hago directos de CSGO todos los días.
If somebody else says they feel good, I'm like,
Y esta noche volveré a hacer directo de CSGO. Ay, el buen Rops.
all right. So like,
Hago directos de CSGO todos los días.
can't remember. Like fair enough. Round number 24, and they're rushing this bomb site. They just want to win this right now, and Chris gets
Se la han comido.
flashbangs are just overpowering all of the defense here.
Y sí,
Kerrigan and Chris both gone. The bomb plant immediately after.
última ronda. Saben que han tenido que forzar a comprar lo que han podido.
They did.
Puseo sin miedo. 2 bajas.
Lost match here for Mousesports.
Easy round.
What an incredible push here for FaZe.
GG.
Really been playing well.
Yes, this has been a cool look. And I mentioned the T side was going to be the one where you really learn what's
GG.
going on, and you have to be so pleased with this offense if you are FaZe. You
Esta noche haré directo de CSGO otra vez.
have to be 7 of 9 in the second half. And this match,
Yo subo CSGO, pero Face It, Face It de pago.
the entry, and what more can he get? Guardians holding the line with the op, and that's
Matchmaking solo juego con subs.
the match.
Muy sólida partida de... Aparte de una ronda o dos que he visto que han pajareado Face. Los veo bien, los veo bien.
Like just, sort of like rubbing your palms against other people. That's weird. That's creepy. You have to
That's creepy.
hit like a certain amount of force, otherwise,
Like a certain power level in it.
yeah, there has to be something there. Otherwise, it's not going to be cool. So, yeah, that was such a great performance out of FaZe, unexpectedly so. And the Mousesports, I don't know what happened.
¿Qué partido viene ahora?
Seemed like fade off, didn't they? They kind of seemed to fizzle out right at the end.
Yeah.
Although I will say, we've mentioned it a couple times, this felt like a much more dominant performance from FaZe than what the
Juego Face It todos los días. Diamond. Por la noche o por la tarde, depende.
T-side was. Yeah, this is
Depende si trabajo o no trabajo.
It was impressive, and Rain, I think, leading the board towards the end, doing a 27 and 13.
yeah, Olaf with 20 as well. You'd like to see that.
Buena partida de Face.
Rain, like on
Yeah.
top, he's a wild beast when he gets in. Either way, we got FaZe.
Ya me habrá contado esto, ¿no? ¿Para el pique? ¿O qué?
Thank you very very much, guys. Congratulations, Viendo. Mouse Sports is taken down finally. Before the player break, they were a team you faced a couple of times and lost
A ver.
every single time. So, what did you guys fix to make it work this time around?
I think we were just more familiar with how they played against us. We know each other pretty well.
Este es el pique, mío, que no lo he enseñado.
Take one map in those series. So we just talked about how we wanted to play, focused a bit more on ourselves. We had a long boot camp, so we had plenty of time.
Me han jodido, me han jodido porque no sabía que Mouse jugaba contra Astralis.
How we should start some games off, basically.
¿Qué pasa, Gasilium? ¿Cómo estamos, tío?
Felt like the schedule was packed for you guys.
Aquí estamos viendo el Major un rato.
Was this,
Hasta que venga mi hija.
camp for you guys to finally take the time to work on everything?
I mean,
Este es el pique que he hecho yo.
It's also the benefit of having everyone at the same place.
Lo estoy viendo por el juego, lo estoy viendo por Steam TV.
It's just not the same. So here, having everyone there, just Counter-Strike being the main thing you're doing every day and coming up with new stuff and
Lo estoy viendo en Steam TV, el juego, Gasilium.
just some situations keep repeating themselves and it's
Que estoy en directo en Twitch también, Diamond.
the things we need to change and the adjustments that need to be made. So
Digo más el chat de Twitch que el de YouTube.
One of the things that Neo becoming the IPO was supposed to open up was freeing up Nico to do what he wants on the server.
Me ha costado hacer el pique. Este pique ha sido complicado.
What do you think is the reasoning for that?
I think for this game in particular,
Vitality, lo que quiera Facebook, Gasilium.
put an insane amount of hours into the game while we were in the
Se puede ir con un 0-3 a casa o se puede ir con un 3-0.
he's going to show up. He's also doing, the help with the secondary calling mid-round, also helping out in those situations and on the CT side a lot. So, I always have my faith in Nico and
En Brasil ni lo he puesto.
when we needed
Con el rollo este que tienen de Colsira que se va después del Major. Bueno, de hecho creo que no juega, que está en suplente y que entra Zeus. Entra Zeus y Lucas One. Pues que sepas que vence Alexi B después del Major se va también. Yo lo he metido aquí para asegurarme los 5 pick'ems aquí abajo. O sea, yo he ido a asegurarme Navi, Liquid, Astralis y Navi los tengo segurísimos. Y ya, Face lo acabo de jugar contra Mouse y lo he visto bastante sólido. Aparte de un par de rondas que no sabían qué hacer. Que les han pillado con los pantalones bajados. Muy sólidos. Así que yo creo que Navi, Face, Liquid y Astralis son fijos. Energy ha jugado a buen nivel también. Y Vitality, pues lo que quiera Facebook, como siempre. Dream Eaters se han clasificado de milagro, lo tenía puesto en 0-3, también aquí. Y se han clasificado. De hecho aquí he acertado 6. Yo pensaba Force venía súper fuerte, pensaba que iba a pasar fácil. Y Furia también. Furia ahora mismo es el mejor equipo de Brasil. Por encima de Made in Brasil. Y la han cagado. Se han venido abajo. Los safe picks, ¿no? Yo lo mismo, yo he puesto a Ence aquí porque veía más seguros estos. Y de los otros estaba entre Ence y Ence North y Renegades. Estaba entre Ence North y Renegades. Y digo, aunque Crazy ha jugado muy bien, ¿eh? La fase de aspirantes la ha jugado muy bien Crazy. Pueden dar la sorpresa. Creo que va a ser el equipo que va a dar la sorpresa y va a pasar a la fase de leyendas. No sé por qué. G2 no le veo nada. G2 veo que Kenny S, Sox. Kenny X está a muy buen nivel, al nivel que estaba antes. Lo veo bien. Es factible. Ya no me deja modificarlo. ¿Quién es? Neo Rubén. Team Axan. No tengo ni puta idea de quién es, pero bueno, vamos a aceptarlo. Ence la ha metido 16-5 a Vanguard. Astralis ha ganado Dream Eaters. Energy ha ganado Renegades. Pues ya la has cagado en Renegades, Gasilium. La has cagado en Renegades, bro. Vitality ha ganado a North. Buah, de momento tengo un plenaco que flipas, ¿sabes? Ence ha ganado a Vanguard. Astralis ha ganado a Dream Eaters. Energy ha ganado a Renegades. Liquid ha ganado a Crazy. Vitality ha ganado a North. Face ha ganado a Mousesport. Y ahora Navi. Ahora toca a Navi, bro. Ya, lo importante son los safe picks. Yo creo que todos hacemos lo mismo. Ha sido extremadamente convincente. Sí, yo lo he visto que Face ha jugado muy bien, ha jugado buen nivel.
I mean, at one point in time, like, you look at the ADR he ends on right there. If that's a guy who on some sites is playing entry, how you bananas. Actually, generally, that's another thing. When's the last time you saw FaZe Clan have like everyone get on the scoreboard? And Nico wasn't even required to at all. So if everyone turns up for FaZe,
Easy for simple. Yo un momento llevo un plenaco. Bueno, me ha fallado mouse, pero claro, jugaba contra FaZe. Es imposible que ganen los dos, ¿sabes? Estoy contento. Nada más que me falta Navi. ¿Y cuál era el otro que me falta? No lo he visto. Y Vitality, míralos, ha ganado al North, 16-9. Easy peasy. Ha jugado muy bien Face, A ver qué coño quiere el gato. ¿Qué quieres, gato?
2 more days at least to warm up into this. Did they maybe focus too much on the early stages? Do they seem prepared?
I'll throw in the factor in. The downside of having players like Frozen, he doesn't know anything about majors. This is his first time. You've got Robs. Okay, he's been in a couple, and he had one he made the legend status. That's not bad. Woxic obviously never makes it to legend status. Like, it's not like these players are that blooded to actually play at this stage of the tournament. It's basically Chris J and Carrigan are the experienced guys. So again, you can expect a little bit of teething problems. Like, I thought in that game, the team did enough to get themselves in positions to win, but they couldn't close any of the rounds.
Well, 4 teams left to play as we shift our focus toward Na'Vi and G2. I see some upset potential here. Na'Vi obviously coming in as one of the, I think popular consensus to be a top 4 team in this event. Certainly Simple still the GOAT, Izzy, Zywoo challenging, but they've got a lot more under them now with a guy like Electronic brought in. They've obviously brought in Boomich as well. G2, though, we saw them looking pretty impressive last week.
They were good. I think in their first 2 matches, now albeit against Tyler and Dream Eaters respectively, they were very thorough. You know, they knew that Tyler were very pushy. They knew that they're on point with their flashbangs. The utility usage was great. G2 have looked on form, I think, since Amanex come on in. I think he's a great addition. But the biggest improvement, I think, is Jax and how he's able to find a lot of impact.
I think Jax was impressive to start things off. I think most notably,
overpass was the first map for them. His rotations were swift. He was constantly in the right spot at the right time.
It's because in their team, it's not like they have crazy like frag distribution and all these star players. Obviously, the big names actually are still working their way back into form, but the structure they've added to the team, that's the thing about both the French teams that's gone missing. It's the addition of these coaches who've actually been empowered to change the way they play that I think's leveled both of them up. And then on the Na'Vi side of the equation, we were just talking about this before we came live, is you think of all the classic Na'Vi map pool when they had that same 5 players for like a year and a half. They've played one tournament with Booming.
Tengo un gato que no es un gato, una pesadilla.
Completely different map pool because the thing is,
Esto no es un gato, es una pesadilla.
I think they'd only played something like 29 maps in the last like 3 months or something. So an absurdly low amount.
And we'll get an indication of that because you're not the only animal we've welcomed to this section of the Major, Duncan. We've got Simple standing by.
Me tengo que vestir para la ocasión, chavales. Míralo. Simple.
So, what have you guys been up to during the player break?
We just did player break for like 10 days, and after we had 2 weeks of boot camp. But before boot camp, we had like 10 days of online preparation as well. So, I think we spent a great time together, and we prepared for this major.
And that's a lot of time boot camping as well. So was there a lot of things you guys were trying to fix, especially with having Boomich now in as well, to make sure you're in the best position possible?
We just upgrade our game because Boomich still.
Ya estamos, niños, ya estamos.
So of course he need time to understand.
Vestido para la ocasión.
What we want from him and what he needs from us. So yeah, we just
El puto amo.
prepared with our psychologists and. We had a productive boot camp, one of the best that I had.
Now your first opponent is going to be G2, and they had quite a good run, but they also had some good runs to like Pro League finals and stuff as well. They've been looking like a lot.
Si fuera un best of free, estaba seguro de que G2 se iba a dar 2.
Just best of three. They have chance only in the
So best of 3, you don't think
no chance at all. No chance. But yeah, I mean they played good, but I don't know. I didn't like their result before the major when they lost to MIBR with coach. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they work really hard. Like I see them always on live practice and boot camp. Yeah. Not something, but I think we prepared much better, and I think we are stronger than them. So I hope we win our first game. We are strongest losing streak in opening matches at Cologne, so. We just need this win tomorrow.
Okay. Now, in terms of actually looking at Na'Vi, it's been at every single major. You are the only organization that's always had a team at every major, but still no trophy just yet. With all this that you've said about the boot camp, the sports cycle...
Está guapa la camiseta esta, con la bandera de Alemania, la de Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's one of the best times to get this major, and I believe that we can win this.
Man, I wish you the best of luck. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Easy for Simple.
That psychologist is already having some impact because that's some confidence if I've ever seen it. Saying as well that was not
Lleva el mismo teclado,
a best of 3 to MIBR with Zeus playing. That was
el mismo teclado de HyperX.
Exactly. Yeah.
El mismo que Zeus.
That coin are certainly factors. Going into this against G2 though, they've had a week to play. They've got some under their belt. Again, Boomich still new. They're coming off the boot camp.
No me dicen nada. Sox, que ni es. Y Jax. Jax con la Deagle, ojito,
They still had a bit more to warm up into this.
Yeah, sure. And I think that what he was saying about their map pool as well could be a little bit true because
las dos, estaba claro. Si fuera un mapa único, estaba claro que iba a ser.
In the best of one scenario right now, if they can get it to one of their home maps, then they might have a good shot at this one and most people
Mi volumen. Así, mejor.
Just considering how well they kind of started off the last stage, but they need to make sure that Kenny and Shox are there, right?
En un best of free, G2 siempre se va a tirar a dar 2. Como siempre. Hay que calentar un poco el chat. Ah, del partido.
Because it was not a big dominance as the score just showed it. Even if
Ahora cuando empiece lo subo.
we've been to several
O bajo el mío.
and Inferno, we again had some problems to conclude the map because I think we were up like 15-7 before like winning 16-12.
Yeah.
You know, so it just again we showed some good things on this.
El buen Soxy.
But we still need to figure out and to be better when we approach from the 16 rounds, because if so, I guess then I could have said like it was, you know, convincing and we are happy, because it was like maybe 16-10 and 16-9, something like this. And
¿Qué va a ganar G2, hombre? Va a ganar Navi.
yeah, I can't say
Easy for simple. Nonillo, easy.
Full practice every day.
Pantalón largas, pantalones largos y chanclas.
if we have time, we will
El estilazo francés de Soxy.
go outside to just refresh our mind, you know. I guess it's really important. On the other side, we are just working and fixing the mistake we had already in the
La camiseta de G2 es fea,
to fix it. And then
Para Navi.
this and
Cuidado a las mayúsculas, que el bot está ahí, que vamos.
Now coming into the legend stage, obviously it's a different caliber of team.
¿Qué hace con la pierna, por Dios?
I feel like you guys play better against the tougher opposition like that. Like
16-0 para Navi.
Pro League
Easy.
finals, where you guys had that great run coming into it.
I don't know if we will be better, but I definitely think that some mistakes we could had in the first stage won't happen in the next stage. Of course, there will still be mistakes, I know for sure, but I guess there will be less.
I respect the honesty, Shocks. Thank you very much, man. Always pleasure.
Thank you.
Easy for Navi.
Will always be dominated by the names of Keck and the
El Lucky. El Lucky. Que si ganan va a ser por Lucky nada más.
winning games for G2, like it's the structure where they're able to grind out rounds against teams.
A mí me pasa lo mismo. Yo es que en el CSGO tengo el botón de las mayúsculas y el de agacharme.
I always see in interviews, I think half of the interviews Malik does just for Shocks in case he's reading.
Yo realmente, personalmente, manejando el teclado soy bastante malo porque siempre he sido jugador de consola.
And then does all the playbook.
Hasta hace dos o tres años.
Shocks is the real in-game leader because he just kind of like can make his own reads in the mid-game. That's just genius marketing right there. You basically just
Cheating. It's cheating, Electronic.
He's the secret in-game leader still, despite the fact, by everything I just said, he's basically not in-game leading.
El Bombi, tío. El Boomesh, madre mía. Madre mía, el Boomesh.
Will always be the spiritual leader of that
Yes,
team,
exactly.
right? And some other things I thought were unique from the interviews recently.
Menos mal que CSGO es un juego que da igual que estés gordo, que seas flaco, que seas guapo, que seas feo.
So he's kind of found a
Aquí lo único que cuenta es la skill.
Well, it is a little bit better. He's been finding a lot of impact.
We did this before. We don't need to go down that road again.
Now, I'm curious if like Dust 2 is what Na'Vi want to allow to come through here, because we know that it's a good map for G2, but Na'Vi, it seems to be like always around the middle of their map pool. There we go. They're just
I'm
going
hoping
around it.
trains where we go.
Ah, las dos baneado.
G2's one of the only team. We're not going to get it, unfortunately.
Uno a ver.
Overpass,
Okay.
Right. The problem with that is, it's a classic map for Na'Vi with the old lineup, one of the very, very best. But for G2, this is one of the ones I'm not as convinced on personally.
Yeah, and in the last 3 months, obviously, Na'Vi hasn't played as much as some other teams. That goes without saying, but only 3 times played. Boomich, that means they don't have a huge sample size with him again. There's a big asterisk over any team we haven't seen yet in this event, given that we just had a player break and a bunch of boot camps.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out here is we got the Betway odds on the screen. Na'Vi are the favorites, even though they're coming out of the dark here. Something that G2 were doing against Tylo and Dream Eaters was, like I mentioned before, being very thorough with those flashbangs, being very thorough with their utility on the T side.
Vamos a ver, quiero ver un easy for simple, hombre.
G2 and the French, they're not usually known for playing slow Counter-Strike. So if we get to mid rounds and like say Simple pushes forward and gets 2 kills and then they're stifled.
¿Qué es esto, tío? Se está dejando el pelo largo por
I
detrás.
can see G2 making mistakes that the Na'Vi of old used to by timing out a lot of rounds or finding themselves running in and getting multi-killed. That's the Na'Vi style. So I'm going to be very interested if they go for a similar game plan like the Tyler Dream Eater games.
And I think that does come with experience because, like you say, Na'Vi is the most old school team in terms of slowing it down. We're seeing teams go back to it now, but like they know how to recover from that situation. If they lose 1 or 2 picks, they're not going to panic. We do see them timeout rounds occasionally, but they usually have some sort of organization to plan beyond that.
The problem for me is, if you look at the teams that G2 has beaten or played close on this map, it's Team Liquid, it's NRG.
O sea, gente ahí, ¿no?
Real good fragging teams, but that's not a Zeus team. Like, a Zeus team's a slow, grind you out style, and quite frankly, as you said, that is what G2 wants to do themselves.
I always thought, this is just theory crafting a little bit, that the fact that Na'Vi does grind out rounds and take so much time that they could bait out so much utility. If they threw in a curveball with a guy like Simple and Electronic now and rush them down if teams want to save utility, they have that in their arsenal.
Yeah, they have that extra addition to their playbook, and I think also having Boomich in there as well, he can, you know, assist with some secondary in-game leadership stuff. If you believe the rumors, he's getting groomed to take over the in-game leadership role when Zeus steps down. So I like what I'm seeing here. I'm loving this massive team huddle. I want to touch as well on what Simple said. In Cologne, they smashed.
Puede que Zeus se retire después de este Major,
They usually start tournaments very slow. If they can do it in 2 back-to-back, if they can do it with Boomich in Cologne, and now
Uf, yo empecé Super Nintendo, Master System, Mega Drive. Después ya pasé Play 1, Play 2, Play 3. También jugué a la Wii. A Nintendo 64.
I actually kind of agree. I think this is a team that has so much potential, and I think they're due. I mean, we know Zeus won the major with Gambit. He wants one with Na'Vi, which has been his home forever, despite that little period of separation. And again, guys like Nico, we were touching on this last game, Duncan, off camera. Like, those are the top guys. Did FaZe miss their chance in Boston? Well, Simple's the other one that's on that list. And yes, he's still young, but you've got to see this guy win a major at some point.
And also, if you think about it, Na'Vi last year was one of the most active teams. They would attend every tournament. They were always getting the second.
Yo GTA empecé con el 3.
In a sense, they've been practicing a black box here.
El GTA lo empecé en el 3 yo.
Where they want to go? Have they even changed how they use Boomich? He was very quick to join the team when they had for the Cologne. I could see them being a completely different squad, and so for me, they are one of the like sleeper dark horse teams to win the whole tournament.
I think Boomich as well is a good point. In Cologne, he maybe only had 1 or 2 maps where it stood out and went, oh, he can have some impact. But at the same time, he was just...
Vamos a ver cómo están de compenetrados. Han hecho bootcamp, ahora Boomich lleva más tiempo en Na'Vi.
That's another thing too. This major especially has showcased how much young talent there is in CIS. And believe it or not, despite that they've done it so gradually, Na'Vi is quite a young team right now. So they're, if Zeus is grooming Boomich and another player's coming in next year, they're really looking forward to the future, surely, with a guy like Simple leading them. We're just before getting into this game, so we've got to look to predictions. You guys mentioned upset potential. Standing by that now, or are we switching it up?
This one here is legitimately a coin toss because we have no idea what version of Na'Vi is about to come on out. I'm going to have some faith as we're up close there, but I'm going to go with Na'Vi. Look, I think I'm with Duncan. They have such a good opportunity here to come through and blitz this major. This could be theirs.
If it had been Dust 2 or Train, I was prepped to do the G2.
Eso también, con la Game Boy empezó todo.
They just grind it out. It's probably going to be 16, 13.
Con la Game Boy, con el Tetris. Tetris, Super Mario Land.
Time can be their enemy, but they've got more aggression and more firepower with Electronic, and now
Let's go.
joining in as well.
Estoy hasta nervioso. Suerte, Ronillo, suerte.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much to the desk. We've got Na'Vi and G2 here at a best of 1 on
Este es simple, no es,
I don't know. I think this is
no es Sox.
I really look forward to it.
Can you give us a prediction since you didn't make yours publicly? You taking G2, you taking Na'Vi?
I am going to go for...
Ha quitado el silenciador.
Simple going with an unsilenced USP? Ooh. Is that what I saw?
I think you might be right. That's
Super Mario Land era de Game Boy, blanco y negro.
You don't see it too often.
No, you don't.
I like it.
Yeah, you do?
It's a weird noise. It's going to be unexpected. I think it's going to get into the brains. I can't even sell that. Electronic and Simple
nice
close up towards bathrooms. There's a lot of pressure about to be put on them right now. Simple holding the line.
Yeah, he is actually sneaking in behind them. Probably did need that silence. And now he's going to be running up here, trying to take a couple of shots off and not hitting anything. Kenny will take him down instead. Zeus gets
Simple? What the fuck?
Drop Kenny, so at least they've got a little bit working for them. But it is still going to be a tricky round, this one. 2 versus 3. And make that a 1 versus 3 as Flamey's going to be all on his own. could still save it with some nice headshots, but now that the bomb is going down, and as soon as it does, think about how much time he has to spend clearing everything.
Oh, and there's so much contact. There's like 4 different crossfires. That's a nice kill from Flamey. He somehow gets out of it. They don't pounce strong enough, and Flamey has a chance in a 1 versus 3. Needs to find shots.
Flamey.
Wow.
The crossfire does eventually come in, but it looked like Flamey made a chance of it.
Yeah, that was too scary. That was too much for me. Don't need for it to be that close. But very good shots coming out. That whole flank coming in from Simple. I mean, 1 kill there now at the end of the round. You think that could have made a pretty big difference?
It's like it worked in my head the way that I always feel.
Como la ha liado Simple, Dios.
Silencer on it. It feels like your bullets just go like a little bit sideways, like they're not as accurate. Like the silencer, actually, like I don't think it's actually true in the game itself, but it feels that way.
Yeah.
Mentally.
That's why I don't do it. Something wrong with it, you know? It is probably just all psychological, but it feels weird.
Well, we are live. You can see the minimap is bugged, so just ignore that for the moment. There we are. Now we're back.
You fixed it, Moses.
It wasn't bugged. It was probably just the fly-through PC. Take it all back.
Oh yeah, one of them has an issue. It's fine. We'll manage. We'll figure it out either way. We've got 3 MAC-10s, a Galil, and an AK-47.
Full investment as well from the defensive side. UMP and pistols, upgraded pistols with armor. 2 smokes.
Haciendo ruido en B.
Used for the rest of the round for Na'Vi. So how long can they hold their nerve before they have to use those? G2 is still so far away from the bomb sites, and look at the aggression. Boomich is going to get pop flash through. He's blind. He still goes for it, and Shox doesn't spot it. So this is information that G2 does not have. Yeah. Small advantage in terms of info over to Na'Vi.
Well, I mean, I was going to say the weapons still favor G2, but if they all stack up at the A bomb side, which they kind of are right now, that is huge. That's going to make a big difference for Na'Vi, or it should at least. Flashbang, they're getting really close. There's Amanek, and he's going to be going down. There's a flash follow-up, so they could even do more. 30 seconds left, and this is a big problem right now for the G2 side. Jax gets 1 opening, but tries to push in. Flamey gets a double kill there with the UMP. He's the only one without any head armor, but he's doing a fine job anyway, almost getting the 3rd, and now Lucky's going to go down. Simple with a double to end the round. That was
buen anti-eco.
Boomich gets 0 kills, but his positioning and the intel he gathered towards the B bomb site in that push out monster towards the dirty water as well.
Yeah.
That's the game. That's the round winning play right there.
One of those things that will never show up on any scoreboards, right?
Buen anti-eco.
But that is a beautiful design from Na'Vi. As you mentioned, just so many pistols here. There's not even really smokes, no like Molotovs or nades or flashbangs in their face at all.
La vi que era otra cosa, Simple.
After winning the pistol. Now you've got Simple on an M4. Gonna get aggressive again just to put a deep nade behind the flames.
Yeah, follow up. Doesn't really do that much, but it's fine. They're not really gonna commit to it, just falling back instead for the 3rd round here. They have bought into this one. You see if they get close enough to actually use these pistols.
Simple just spotted everything. He's going to be the man. He's going to have most of the pressure on him.
And smoke, I don't think they're going to respect it. Flashbang there as Simple does pick up 1, and that does slow everything down. No bomb plant or anything, and no kills.
Ronda limpia.
Huge round out of Na'Vi. A very
good
start for them here, turning the game in their favor after losing the pistol. 4th round, not much to work with for G2 either.
I like the idea now. We're watching 2 teams. FaZe that had this boot camp that
More graffiti que yo.
themselves after some lackluster performances. Now you have Na'Vi as well, who have had possibly, it feels like they probably have had the lightest schedule in terms of their tournament commitments this year, even more so than Astralis did earlier.
True, yes.
They've been it feels like they just haven't been anywhere. So I like the idea that they've just taken so much time off to get Boomich integrated in and kind of reinvent some things themselves. And now we get to see what all this work was for.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I think that's actually something that's been missing in the Counter-Strike circuit in general, is for teams to be able to do that. I mean, obviously, with the amount of stuff that's going on, that's usually one of the reasons why people don't, but that would make it fun. I mean, a lot of fun, right? Because you really don't want to be seeing the same matchup every single day, and it's cool if you could get like a timeout for a team like Na'Vi and have them back stronger.
Well, I think actually Na'Vi did it right, to be honest with you, because especially when you bring a new player in, like that's when you feel.
Las Beagle son peligrosas, de mod.
Feeling comfortable back into the swing of the
Te has
tournament.
perdido a Simple,
Flamey
tío.
looking for anything. There is shocks boosted up. He might have an advantage of 1 or 2 shots before Flamey can respond over that smoke, but it clears now and he's just overly exposed. Meanwhile, the electronic flank is passing all the information. Flamey's the only one here, but he's going to have reinforcements coming out of the door and he might not even need them. Amanek with a single kill. Flamey's got a double so far, and Lucky is the only one that remains inside of the smoke. A third for Flamey, and a third round for Navi.
Y ya van 3.
Yeah, things looking very good. Still very much early on, but we'll see how it goes once G2 start to pick up the rifles. They are now.
Well, they've only, I mean, the nice thing for Navi is that they've only lost 2 players in those 2 kind of, not really eco rounds, but in the last 2 rounds, they've only lost a couple players. So you have
A ver ahora comprando armas.
already, which kind of sucks if you're G2 because now it gets real grindy. You know, they got the upgrade of some of those weapons after winning the second round, and now all of a sudden you're looking at players. You know, 6,000 is the least that anyone on Navi has. So already at round 5, G2 is going to have to grind 2 or 3 wins if they want to take the economic advantage.
How are you enjoying the Navi jerseys? I do like the G2 jerseys. Don't look at them, but I think they've been cool for a while.
Yeah, they have been.
The
new like V that Navi has.
Yeah, and I noticed as well because they're already obviously sort of black and yellow is
Simple Flamey.
their theme, I guess. Shout out to Wiz Khalifa, but also now they've got the red in there as well. So now they've got sort of the German color thing going on, and we're in Berlin, so I feel like they've timed it well.
¿Qué pasa, Santi?
No, I didn't really put it together in my head.
Well,
I noticed the stripe. I didn't notice the German connection.
No, but I'm guessing it's not designed for that reason, but still. So maybe.
Well, it could be if it's just for the major. I think we.
Está jugando Navi de Santi.
Or maybe at an event since. I think it'd be so cool if you just made like
Easy.
specific jerseys.
Easy for Navi.
Some badass jersey you make just for the one major.
That's a good idea.
I think it'd be sweet.
Yeah, I mean, then fans could go pick them
Qué
up.
guapo el Boomish,
As a fan that you were at that major and
Qué
stuff.
guapo es.
That's a good idea. I think we get to that right now.
What is the thing now? Like most of the teams, like Astralis started with the stars every time they win a major. I know Liquid has that now as well.
Yeah. That's a commitment and a half as well. If you stop winning, then it becomes kind of the opposite. You're like, oh, we've been
stuck on 2 stars for 5 years.
Yeah. Then you just make up some other reason for getting stars, like
Yeah.
It's like, but we did attend some events, and everything's cool now. Technical pause, as you
Yo creo que las pausas técnicas las piden a posta,
That's a good idea.
Para enfriar al otro equipo.
So what have we got? We've got
Legos.
Claro que va a ganar Navi. ¿Cómo no va a ganar Navi? Strikers.
Major specific jerseys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I feel like we have one more good idea that we had today. That's our quota, really, is 3.
3 is the maximum.
Good ideas for one day.
But we can't remember.
Puedes seguir el directo en Twitch, Strikers.
That's how good it is.
All right.
Que hay más ambientillo.
Been swept away. Well, I hope you guys
A la que consiga el afiliado de Twitch, en YouTube dejaré de hacer directos.
It'd be hard to patent the Lego stuff since presumably they already own the rights for that, but.
Well, you never know. Only one way to find out.
Venga, vamos, hombre.
Just go for it. See if you get sued.
Que se me va a enfriar Simple.
Well, let's see. No headsets have come off yet, so that is broadly speaking.
Flamey's is half off.
Oh,
because he's got a converse, so he's got like the one headphone on, one headphone off thing.
All right.
Which isn't wearing sign just yet. It has to be fully off for it to really become panic mode.
Yeah, that's when you know something bad is happening.
Oh, Zeus has his off.
Yeah,
he's helping out. It's fine.
They're trying to solve the issue.
Flamey is swiping his mouse a lot for being what I would assume.
Nonillo 3-1 ya,
Desktop.
Maybe that the mouse
Easy.
is trying to figure it out.
Okay.
You don't have a pet, but
Team Simple.
do then like getting dog hair or cat hair or something into like the mouse sensor is about the worst thing that could ever happen.
Well, I had pets growing up back when ball mice were all the rage.
Well, I thought you had goldfish, so they don't like.
Oh, I had a goldfish. That was one of
Comiola.
the pets.
Oh, okay.
It was a cat family mostly growing up.
Okay.
3 cats. We had a lizard as well at one point.
Always good with the goldfish, cats.
Yeah. Well, that's the most fun.
Yeah, just entertaining.
¿Qué? Para hoy o para mañana, macho?
It actually didn't happen as much as you'd think it would.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we had predatory cats in any way.
All right.
Todavía queda ahí es un mapa CT, Overpass, así que... Bueno.
Well, hopefully that isn't the issue. I don't know.
Pero bueno, ya son 3 rondas en la saca, ¿sabes?
I don't. Well, I don't know. Like not as really as a viewer, you can't just bring pets in.
No, that would be weird.
Why
the
would
audience.
you want to bring a pet to a major?
I would love to bring my pug to the major. She would love it. She loves all people.
Have you yet gotten your pug certified as like a therapy dog, so you can bring it on into the?
Segundo tiro de Flamey.
But I should. I mean, I
The flick.
don't know if she would enjoy it. I feel like there's a chance she wouldn't. I think
El flick ese de Flamey. Esto es lo que te has perdido, Nonillo. Doble de simple. Y ahora una triple fácil.
And then she gets sad.
Simple es simple.
Why have you raised such like a sad pet?
No, everybody talks. It's fine, I'm just saying.
You strike me as the kind of
Sí,
guy
pide
who were gonna, like,
la pausa simple para ponerse los chetos, ¿no?
Yes.
You strike me as the kind of guy who would also invest in like, a man purse or a satchel in some way, and then you would put.
Le ha pedido G2 para buscar las manos de Kenny es.
We talked about that because we have like a harness for the baby, right?
You could put the pug in that.
We thought about that actually.
I think that'd be weird.
Yeah.
Because then you start like.
Los tapones esos que se ponen debajo de los auriculares. No sé para qué sirven, tío. La mirilla esa de los 4 puntitos y el puntito en medio. No, de la mirilla esta de los 4 puntitos azules súper pequeñitos. Yo la he probado, y... Va bien para meter headshots, pero a la que haces un spray no sabes dónde cojones está la mira.
We'll get the pug and then we'll
but
see
you're
what happens.
committed to the pug life. You've had what, like 3 pugs now?
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
So what happened? You have 2 kids and you've had 3 pugs.
Yeah, but they grow on.
Qué guarros son los franceses, A las pausas técnicas. Y seguro que no le pasa nada. No ha tenido tiempo de probar el equipo antes de la partida.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'd like to get a dog by the end of the year. It's going to be a functional animal though. It's not going to be it's not going to be a pug.
Our first pug, she wasn't a big fan of actually doing, like, she wanted to go out for walks, but only for the first 5 minutes, and then for the rest of the time she sort of preferred if you would,
they have short legs
carry
though.
her
It's
around.
got to be exhausting.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why. So she would enjoy that if you'd pick her up and carry her the rest of the way. She'd be like, this is fine.
Yeah, that's what
Oh, ahora me entero que hay pantalones largos de Navi. Los tendré que comprar.
Well, we're back into the game. Navi with a 3-1 lead and investment from G2. 4 AKs, the Krieg as well. Mac 10 on electronic. And he's going to get aggressive again. He did this in the previous.
Ahora tiene armas, G2. Electronic.
And that flashbang, and Jax, it's an easy kill for him. You don't lose a whole lot. Obviously, it's just the Mac 10. You still have a chance to recover, especially simple with the AWP with so many different fights available to him with all these angles and bathrooms.
Yeah.
Están muy spliteados, G2. 2 connector, 2 a larga, 1 en B.
Not up to par, but at the same time,
not many of those.
Scream tuvo una época, la época que fichó por Envious, que era brutal, pero a partir de ahí ha caído, pero... De hecho ahora juega en Gamers Legion y tampoco es que haga nada. Hace alguna ronda de las que se hacía antes, pero... En Gamer Legion no está haciendo nada, Scream. Cinco para 4, saben que hay dos en A y 2 en B.
There's about 3 smokes. One of them just went down. They have to get rid of Simple with one of these smokes. One of them has to make his life difficult, otherwise...
La flash.
15 seconds now. They're going to be careful about the ball.
Ahí está Simple.
How do they plant this ball now? 10 seconds. If he gets one more kill, then this might just be the round done. He's thinking about it. 7 seconds. Now there's no chance. Lucky in a 1 versus 3. And that defense held up so
es espectacular este hombre. Es espectacular. Tiene puto hielo en las venas, tío. Es increíble. O sea, sabes que te están puseando 5 personas y estás ahí aguantando el pick tan tranquilamente, ¿sabes? La pausa táctica, menos mal. La primera ronda de armas y 4 jugadores vivos, fácil.
And it's pretty disastrous results. Timeout coming in from G2 this time, a tactical to talk things over.
I was wondering
Scream no ha ganado tanto,
would he then just push up anyway? Would he just say that's fine?
I think he
Scream no ha ganado tanto. Tú piensas que no ha ganado ni Major, no ha ganado ningún torneo importante,
make it like
Scream.
costly in terms of time spent on finding that kill. Regardless, it never got into that
Unicornio.
4-1 lead for Navi.
¿Quién tiene graffiti ese del unicornio?
You like that?
Yeah, it's alright. They're not my favorite mythical creature, but they're pretty cool.
They're alright. What is your favorite?
I'm a big fan of the Griffin. I think
Oh.
Griffin is a cool animal.
You played Heroes of Might and Magic?
I did, actually.
I knew.
Yeah.
I just knew. They need to remake a very good version of that game. Like for mobile, why isn't that a thing?
Yeah, that's a good point. You're just giving out free ideas today. There's 3.
There's the third one.
Que Scream no ha ganado ningún torneo.
Game you could play on an airplane.
Scream se hizo famoso por la kill esa de Endus 2 de CT y por los one-taps que ha soltado a veces, ya está. O sea, no es un jugador nada consistente.
No, you need your kneecaps, Anders.
Yeah.
En la época más regular que tuvo lo fichó Envious y se fue a la mierda.
Yeah, weird.
Well, Flamey, things are going to get weird for him as they try and wrap around the bomb site, but so much backup. Zeus is there.
Qué buena la flash, tío.
Excuse me, it's 4. Flamey with the final on Omenek. And Navi have had no issues with those rounds against the G2 pistols. They have
Qué buena la flash de Electronic.
rounds they've had against that sort of a buy.
This is another thing, isn't it, that we could talk about for Navi, because obviously Simple is a big topic. Now, Boomich is here, and after they've taken a bit of a time out to integrate him into the team, that's another one. I feel like a third one probably would have to be... Because before...
Boomich 3-3.
People were starting to say, when is Zeus going to retire?
Y Electronic aún no empezó a jugar tampoco.
A functional member of this team or not. If that changes after, and if he's going to have... He doesn't have
Y a mí me gustaba Scream, Que conste que a mí me gustaba Scream. Y de hecho me metí en algún directo suyo y todo y...
Change the flavor of the team so much. And there's no real reason why he couldn't, but it just felt like that wasn't going to happen. So I'm curious about that. Is it like a third point for Navi?
Maybe this break went really well for them. Maybe he worked on some stuff individually. That would be a really...
Pero tampoco es un Shroud. Tú piensas que Shroud tiene...
Team that could win the major. Electronic has spotted the barrel of Lucky and he's tired of waiting.
He was, wasn't he?
Shroud tiene un don para los videojuegos, de verdad. Juega al Csgo y es una máquina. Juega al Players y es una máquina. Juega al Fortnite y es una máquina. Shroud para los shooters tiene un don. Ese chaval tiene un don.
Hoping they can get something done and then allowing the opportunity for Shox and Kenny to attack a weakened B bomb site as the rotations go away.
No piqueando larga nunca, o sea.
Yeah, what a fake it's gonna have to be. Might actually be really good timing. Zeus is just pushing out Simple up on the container and he absolutely overpeaks that. Had no idea. Zeus could have maybe had the headshot there, but he misses the chance, and now...
They know the bomb.
Yeah, they do, and there's only 18 seconds. If they just wait, if Boomich waits in this corner and drops the bomb, even now, he can still win the round. If Shox doesn't peek the corner, that's going to be absolutely awful, and Boomich coming out with a fight now. 8 seconds left, and he's going to make a run for it. That's the round one. They can't possibly do this. Oh my god, he was just up against the wall. He was sliding into that corner.
Madre mía, G2, tío, qué desastre. Shroud, como decía Pasa Biceps. Shroud. Shroud. El gran Papa Biceps.
That's a tough one to swallow for G2.
Flamey just misspotted.
Use it.
I mean, I hope he does.
You should be
Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely.
If I'm a teammate,
Alfonso.
That much money, you better use that weapon. You better get 2 kills with it.
Morally obligated.
Alfonso A900. Gracias por el follow.
He's going to respend. And honestly, we touched on a number of times the economy for...
Han dejado la bomba en B, tío. O sea, han puesto a tres tíos A en G2. 2 tíos han abierto el punto de A, se han quedado el punto de A y la bomba en B. Es que no tiene sentido cómo juegan.
We've got Agent lucky at this point. 007.
Not so lucky.
Oof.
I think we talked about this before, but it's I don't know if a French James Bond would have ever worked. It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Definitely not.
Boomich.
Could probably do it like a Scandinavian James Bond, though. That'd be cool.
Yeah, maybe I think the Swedes do really good crime movies. They could probably do like a really dark James Bond, like a really horrifically dark one.
Boomich está jodido. Piña y ha dado por culo.
And there's really nowhere he can go. Got to rely on Simple with the artillery of that AWP from the high ground. From
Ha tomado B muy fácil,
needs to alleviate some of this pressure because Boomich simply cannot get out of this position. Actually, if you're Na'Vi as well, if you don't get a kill here, I wonder if they just choose to save. It is a 5-on-5. They're going to maybe not go for it. They've dropped down now, rotating into a new direction, and here they come.
Feels bad giving up on a 5-on-5, but at the same time, I think you're right. It is tricky if you're going to try and retake this and just lose absolutely everything. The bomb is ticking, and it's been ticking for a while now. Simple takes down Kenny. Jack's not sure where to look. He's going to pick up Electronic and quick to read it, turning around for a double kill. Could even get the third one, Boomich very low on health, and Simple's going to be all alone in a 1-on-1, and Chox just backs on out of there. No chance at all for Simple to even do anything, and that is...
Madre mía, 5 contra 4 con todo el punto cogido y aún así les matan a 4, tío. Increíble, Road es espectacular. Al Apex también juega que flipas, o sea, es que yo veo algunos resúmenes de estos que salen en YouTube. Y ese tío tiene un don para los videojuegos, para cualquier videojuego, para todos los shooters. Es increíble cómo se mueve, cómo dispara, cómo se hace las kills con una facilidad. Increíble, Y puede jugar a Apex, puede jugar a lo que quiera, que después va al Csgo y sigue siendo una máquina. Uf, el timing.
I still think there's a place for the Negev on Vertigo. I'm just putting it out there. Round number 9 here.
A Navi lo que le falta... Le faltaría si Zeus fuera como Glaive, que se hace una burrada de kills. Si Zeus fuera como Glaive o Elish, que se hacen una burrada de... que son in-game leaders en sus equipos, si se hacen una burrada de kills, serían espectaculares, Con Electronic y Play Me Simple.
Spanned right through the edge of the wall, but coming through the smoke, Jax is going to find his death, and Simple still alive and still holding the bomb in his control. No one from G2 is able to take him down until Shox gets involved, but now the flank is there from Zeus, and the bomb's still on the ground, still being chased after.
G2 no sabe ni dónde meterse. G2 no sabe ni dónde meterse, están totalmente perdidos. Se cargan a 2, nadie está mirando el flanqueo, tío.
7-2. This is such a brilliant start. It's kind of a shot for Simple we expect, and the follow-up. I think he actually hit him twice before he took him down, but a big difference there.
Boomich, pobrecito, eso jugaba en...
Already not looking good for G2.
No,
wow.
Yeah, they couldn't string a pair of rounds together. 13-4 for Flamey. Even though the money is bruised a bit on the Na'Vi side now.
Flamey tiene mapas que juega genial.
Keep up the pressure, keep up the fight. So, control stairs. Kenny is already out towards party.
Ha tenido fallos G2. Se gana el punto de A, la bomba está en B. O sea, ni le dicen que rote por base terrorista y va una banana a cubrir el flanqueo de Connector. Ni nada de nada, tío. O sea... 5 contra 5 con un tío a 5 de vida de Navi y se hace 2 kills el tío con 5 de vida. Con todo el punto tomado, es que no... Oh, Boomich. Va, pues será por el Ace.
No panic. And G2 doesn't even get a utility. Don't even get to try and make something happen out of it. So good round from Boomich. Na'Vi going to get up towards 8.
Va a buscar el Ace. Lo van a cubrir para el Ace.
Still waiting for that that G2 team that has that held so much promise.
Vaya, se la ha quitado.
Started to feel a little bit more excited about them.
Esto, o hacerte un 4K, boom, es que no estaba jugando este mapa muy bien. Te haces un 4K y de repente la confianza te sube.
Just French Counter-Strike in general.
Tercer timeout, y llevan 9 rondas solo.
Look, if you need any more reason than the scoreline and what we've witnessed in these first 10 rounds to think that G2's in trouble, they're taking their third tactical pause.
Yeah, in
the first 10 rounds of the game, first 11 rounds of the game. That signifies to me that their game plan is just not working. That they need to find a way to adjust. That they feel like they need to get. Obviously, you need more than 2 rounds on your T side, but this early on already using 3 timeouts, trying to make those adjustments.
Básicamente es que le han picado Monster 1-1, tío. Lo han picado Monster 1-1. O sea, es que le han dado unos easy frags a Boomesh. G2 no está en el partido para nada, Nonillo. Yo lo siento mucho, que a ti te guste G2, pero...
Missing, I think, from this Navi. Everything was missing more or less from this Navi team before their big break, but that's something else that's could be a huge factor for them. Because obviously we've seen Flamey in the past with some amazing performances, and then we've seen a pretty sharp drop-off during all of the roster changes. Simple going to be going down again. It's a big kill though.
They know Boomich's location, but I don't know if they realize Flamey's here with him. The door opens the reverse way. It's lucky. And I think Navi might want to start backing away from this fight, somehow finding a way to do it because they're about to get attacked. Jax and Amanek waiting outside Monster. Kenny S with a double kill. He has taken over this round. First the kill onto Simple being highly aggressive.
Se ha despertado, Kenny S, se ha despertado.
But B is still the commitment and Flamey is here.
He probably is the one that could win this round and turn it if the timing works out for him. It's very weird because they've actually...
Ahora, como roten a B ahora la han cagado, pero bien.
So they have the B bomb site. If you get the kill as a rotation and then buy even more time, he's going to take down Lucky. And still, what are they going to do? Are they going to stay in B?
Yeah, they're definitely going to do it. They're committed here. Flamey just now realizing as well the Molotov giving away the game, but 3-on-3. Kenny S waiting in the stairs as well.
Era un 5-3. Un 5-3 o un 3-3, tío.
Now he's got to help close things out. He's boxed as well. Boomich coming from behind him, and he's just going to bail out of the fight.
Yeah, not a bad choice. The rest are still holding on to it. Very, very hard retake here for Navi. I don't see how they can really do this. Might want to think about saving a little bit because it's already taken a fair bit of time. They're trying to see if they get in through the L bend. Boomich goes down. Jax with a beautiful follow-up, getting a second headshot, and Amanek there at the crossfire. And that will be a third round, a much-needed round here for G2.
I liked the call for the retake, though, for Navi, because you could see they tried to pick up the pace once they realized that Kenny was just retreating, and I think they realized there was a small gap, a window of opportunity where they had essentially a 3-on-2 at that B. It doesn't pan out for him, but
La confianza. Es la ronda que estás todo confiado y te la hacen. Se les va bien para bajar de la nube un poco.
There's at least a basis to work off of right now for G2. So in spite of the fact that they've taken so many tactical timeouts, now it's actually for time for Navi to get one. But if they can get up to like 5 rounds, that would have been worth it, right? Like then something you could actually do in the second half too.
Also, if you analyze that round, like obviously the mid-round decision in the 4-on-3 or the 3-on-3 was really cool to kind of slowly work your way in towards the B bomb site and get that plant down and everything. Yeah. But your opening was provided by Kenny being super aggressive with the AWP, finding Simple, finding the other player in bathrooms as well. That's where you kind of look at it and you say, if you could rely on that frequently for Kenny S to do that, great. But can you
ha echado el equipo a la espalda a Kenny S en la ronda.
Those are the kind of kills, those are the kind of openings that you're not going to get every single round.
Yeah, it's very hard to get. But even one,
winnable.
And even if it's not
winnable.
Getting any opening kill right now for G2 would certainly make some of the decisions a little bit easier.
Pero Navi tiene mucha pasta, Ha ganado muchas rondas seguidas con una baja, 2 como mucho.
This is one of those rounds that can really dictate how the half is going to end. He talked about getting opening kills. Maybe it wasn't Kenny, but Shox looks like he wants to get aggressive. Here's the spam.
Están jugando más agresivos G2.
Put together Boomich position.
Zeus actually able to pick up Lucky, who is anything but.
Y hasta Zeus hace kills ya.
That was a spam through the wall. Yeah, through the wall in towards the door room. So that is the least lucky thing that can happen to you.
That's him being 0-12 now. I'm not trying to single him out, but
5 contra 4, a ver cómo lo gestiona.
I'm not trying to single him out, but he is the only player in the server with 0 kills.
There we go.
La misma setup en B. Flash por arriba y pues en humo.
Waiting behind point, you have to assume there's going to be some sort of flashbang.
Qué bueno el movimiento.
The smoke fades, and what an entry. Amanek with a big double there from the Krieg, and that's going to be a 3.
La SG es un arma asquerosa, te lo juro,
The Molotov going to try and land right on top. And I'm not sure it's going to actually do anything. No, landed right on top of the smoke, so not quite good enough here.
Simple with the AWP is going to have to provide something. Zeus spots him out, doesn't commit to the fight. Nice safe position for Amanek for the moment, but it's Electronic with one. That's from up top. He got aggressive, and now Kenny S is aware of the danger.
Yes, he is. Did the double opening. A little bit of a shoulder being shown. Kenny wants to fall back. He's going to recommit to the fight and taking down Zeus. Very important kill. And Kenny now actually looking under that corpse. That could be really...
Siempre el Electronic, Malos jugadores para quedar dos.
So much time already passed, and yeah, now we get it back on out. G2 know it as well. A 4th round on the board here for the French side, and that really is a big difference.
Oh, third timeout's the charm. Right after that one, they've strung 2 rounds in a row, which they weren't able to do for
Yo tampoco, soy malísimo con la SG, tío.
Finally, that economy that Na'Vi built off the second round victory is
No soporto ese arma.
You could see that's likely the reason why they choose to save these.
Tiene, si te metes en el mapa de la Warfare de los sprays, tiene un spray pattern que dices, para controlar eso es una puta locura.
Question is for Na'Vi, how much do you invest around these 2 weapons? Boomich gets a Zeus. Zeus picks up the CZ in armor, and Flamey's got a Deagle. It's utility that they're looking the most, but Simple does have a kit.
Yeah, Zeus on Boomich. It's always something.
Una piña, la ha quitado 50.
No run boosts being set up for it, but...
Y va en eco, Navi. Bueno, los dos que han guardado va en eco.
Oh, it's a beautiful sound. One of my favorite sounds in CS. James and Dan should do a sounds of Counter-Strike with a Zeus. Jack's going to turn this corner, but there's 3 players in here. Zeus close up to his right. Same with Electronic. They're stacked up. That could be an easy double kill. They weren't initially aware of the possibility. There's Simple and Flamey with the Deagle. A 3rd player in bathrooms. They did not expect it, but Simple now, he's got a chance to pull off some magic, and it's a 1 versus 3.
Where do you even decide to go? I mean...
Gamble.
Yeah, you just have to, right?
I think at least for the moment, and it's exactly what he's done, is you say, well, if you know I'm here and you killed everyone here, perhaps your decision is to immediately abandon and run towards the B bomb site, which is why Simple just did this. The question is now, when they haven't made a commitment and you have no information,
Hubiera sido lo normal,
do you stay here? Do you rotate back?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of a coin toss, isn't it? There's no. It's hard to make a convincing case that there would be a right or a wrong answer this time. But setting up for the second wall of smokes towards the A bomb site, you can tell that it probably will be wrong.
Se la ha jugado la vez.
No, you can't shoot through the bridge.
That was my next question.
I've tried.
How did you know?
I've tried. You can overshoot right around where Shox is now. You can shoot through the pavement into the... Like, actually, the line that separates, like, the curb and the...
Lo normal, si tú haces 3 bajas rápidas en A, lo normal es rotar a B. Y dices, están rotando para A y B estará libre. Pero no, se han quedado aguantando banana ahí, G2.
Yeah, but I found
Well played.
people start to yell at me whenever I try these things.
Whenever they're fighting and you're just sitting in a corner shooting a spam?
People don't like that.
No, it's weird.
They really don't. It's like, yeah, we're gonna retake this. Just hold on, guys. Just give me 5 seconds while I'm shooting at the ceiling
Easy.
or at the floor.
This guy is a real dickhead.
Yeah, that's... Listen. But if it works...
Yo si solo queda simple no me la jugaría a ir a matarlo,
Putting their 5th round on the board, they're back in the game now.
This is honestly great, isn't it? You like to see this kind of a comeback. You mentioned this thing about if you're lucky right now and you don't have a great game, you're not getting the kills, you're not getting the damage and all the rest of it. He's got a kill now, but and you said, well, there are other ways to be useful, like, you know, you could get some information. I remember once, I think it was Apex who said, well, even if you can't do any of these things, just, you know, don't go quiet.
Yeah.
Keep coming up with ideas, like have an opinion about something that's going on. Don't just mentally fall back. And I actually think that could be important too. Looks like it's going to be a rush towards the B bomb side. Flamey caught flashed completely. They finally bought here, Na'Vi, but man, they might get overrun. Zeus doing a very good job with the double, and look at a flank coming in from Boomich. Gets one and almost taking down Shox. They might have actually held this defense. That was a very aggressive round out of G2, but now they're in trouble.
Yeah, especially because the bomb isn't the one in the site where the smoke is. That's on Shox, and he's kind of backing away, wrapping around the short sewers. Boomich has been aggressive there so frequently. That flank is just too fast to expect in the midst of the hit. Lucky swapping out to the AK-47. Now this would be a perfect...
Shox con el AK la puede liar, Shox con el AK es bueno.
Teammate at 25 HP. This is where you can step up if you're lucky. One kill that provides Shox an opening. One kill that might let you guys win this 2-on-3 and keep up the winning streak. They've won 3 in a row now.
They're actually reading this as a bit of a change. Na'Vi falling back a bit. That smoke in the tunnel is going to be really annoying. And Su's just waiting on the other side. There is no flashbang to set up through the smoke from either player, so once it's gone, that's going to be the fight starting right away. 30 seconds left, and Lucky's going to be going
Buena Zeus.
in a really good position. Third kill of the round for him, and now Shox going to miss the chance.
Qué buena Zeus, coño.
And now, that's a pretty big round to be winning here. I mean, they could have lost that very...
No lo entiendo, tío. Yo no entiendo cómo juega G2, de verdad. Están tomando su... Están jugando tranquilos. Y de repente rusean B, ¿sabes? Vale, que lo normal sería que Navi no se lo esperara, pero joder, macho. Si estás jugando con calma, haciéndote una entry y siguiendo con calma y te está saliendo bien.
Simple ready over at long. He's got electronic there at the restrooms in case anything was going to happen. Quick boost. Oh, he actually sees that. That's a great shot.
He tagged him, 1 HP.
A 1 de vida la deja.
Oh, but what's an even better shot from Jax?
The grenade follow-up. Do they know? It doesn't land.
Aminex, like, thank God.
Yeah. Wow.
Sí, buena esa,
That shot we'd love to see from Aminex's point of view. You see him try it once, and it looked like he sort of failed it one more time, and that was too much.
What of a turn of events for Boomich, getting the tag to 1 HP on Aminek, and then just getting deleted out of
Uf, esa piña, tío.
Grenade, great follow-up as well. Electronic, a lot of damage output up here at the A-bomb site. 50 seconds on the clock with the bomb now being picked up, but Shox, I think, is flanking down on the other bomb side. He's calling it out now, saying, listen, I've got control of B. Gonna be a big kill on Zeus. The Molotov to buy even more time. What a great play.
I think Na'Vi needs to just rotate over to the B bomb site and just be hyper aggressive, try and deny that plant for as long as possible, because they are a bit disjointed at the moment, but this is the last round. There's no saving here. They found Shox. This is what I mean. Hyper aggressive. Bombs on the ground, and Simple's in position. Kenny sees one drop. But now a 2-on-2, and they have to attack the bomb site.
No piques, no piques, no piques, no piques.
Right at that corner, Kenny going to be going down, and as you said, 1 health now. Not looking good at the moment at all. 15 seconds.
No lo entiendo, tío. O sea, lo has visto que se ha tirado, sabes que te va a piquear y de repente miras Heaven cuando estás cubierto de Heaven ahí en corta. No lo entiendo, tío, en serio. Es que no tiene ningún puto sentido. Estás en un 2 para 2. Sabes que hay un tío que se ha tirado de Heaven, que lo has visto caer. Si estás cubierto de Heaven, estás piqueando el ángulo, que sabes que te va a piquear ahí, para pillar la info. Y de repente te metes al punto mirar Heaven sin venir a cuento de nada. Yo no entiendo cómo juega G2, tío, en serio. Muchos errores está haciendo G2, Muchos errores.
Welcome back. Here we've got G2 and Na'Vi for best of 1 overpass, and so far it's been 10-5
¿Qué?
of Na'Vi. Not sure what to think of Na'Vi coming
No,
into this
tú y
tournament.
yo.
But right now, what I'm seeing is actually really great.
No.
I love it. I think this 10-5 is great on the first half, but it could have been
no sé, por tu madre.
G2 had a string of timeouts, and they got 5 rounds on the board, which is almost more than they could have asked for. They looked like they were really getting beat up.
It looked like they were just going to get wiped out of the server. You could see Boomich that's getting picked out by Jax. But yeah, you're exactly right. Although I mean, I find it pretty admirable that G2 is able to eke out 5 rounds of that first half, because it was looking terrible. Now this is where it can come into play, those 3 timeouts they use in the first half. If they have a solid defense going down the stretch, you know, Duncan, I think even predicted this was going to be a close game, 16.
La mujer.
So that's where you're going to want some of those timeouts are used in the first half.
Very dangerous fight there for Shox. Either he might not have known it, but there is that P250 on the other side. Simple. So they were actually hoping for that kind of a long range. I think we see that every once in a while, that if you're on the CT side, especially on a map like this where it's long range, you just assume that your USP is going to be winning all long range fights. And even though the P250 buys aren't really a new thing, but you still you just lure yourself into this feeling of like, no, it's going to be fine. And then you run into one of them and you're like, oh, wait, that's true, right. You know, they could have that. A little bit closer now. Su's starting to make his way in with the Glock, or at least thinking about it. They're going to fall back.
Shox is in a position where he's got pretty decent cover back into the bomb site because Kenny S is peeking from the default plant spot for a bit. So Shox can actually gather a lot of information from this position.
Están regalando el punto de B,
Even if it's just the information that, hey guys,
Se la están jugando.
now they have Lucky playing all the way back, or excuse me, Jax playing all the way back.
Están regalando el punto de B.
Looks like a setup obviously designed to be a retake towards this B bomb site.
Defendiendo uno solo en A visión no defiendes el punto de B.
Oh, smokes. Bouncing off.
¿Qué pasa con Like?
Right back down. Boomich already running onto the bomb site. Looking like a really cool execute, but Shox is going to pick up a kill. Lucky with another one. Taking down Flamey. This is such a good start to the defense, and Lucky now following it up. A big double for him. Had a truly dreadful first half, but started the second here in the pistol, and he's really making up for it. Boomich trying to take that fight uphill, and he's going to get one. Burst fire kill on Lucky, still leaving Electronic in a 1 versus 2. The bomb is ticking away. He's got no chance against Kenny, and that's good.
Great kills coming out for G2 in a timely manner. Right as the bomb is being planted, they get 2 frags to really eliminate a lot of the pressure on the post plant. Makes for a much easier retake, even with the.
Pues yo lo juego todo en bajo.
I'm amazed that he even got
Todo en bajo menos la calidad de las sombras.
Allow a chance for Na'Vi to win that pistol. It's both pistols going the way of G2, but in the first half, as we mentioned a couple of times, Na'Vi did return on the second, and there goes that P250 right on the ground immediately.
Was that Simple reacting to that?
I can't believe he hit such a crazy shot. And everyone's like, Simple, you hit those all the time.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
You can't complain. Like,
yeah, you are the last person allowed to complain.
Shox setting up a smoke for the monster tunnel all the way from CT spawn. Become kind of a classic, hasn't it?
Another buy for Na'Vi. Krieg, Galil, 2 Kriegs in a Galil.
You know, there's a Molotov you can throw from T-spawn, Moses, to stop that smoke from going down.
Okay.
You can land on because the smoke bounces off of the actual
the train track.
A este nivel es obvio que den headshot.
You can have it hit that and stop it.
El torneo más importante de CSGO.
Yeah. You are kind of, if you throw it and they're not even smoking the tunnel, it's all for nothing, right?
They feel a little silly.
But if you are going to go for a B rush and you want to make sure, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, smoke clears. It's re-smoked as well. Electronic going for the spam. I wonder if they have to hear that. They're continuing it. Almanac down to 20 HP. Kenny has dealt some damage as well, so some nice chip damage coming out from this offensive side early on in the round to soften a few players up, and Simple wants to investigate. That's a good kill. Doesn't realize there's one directly to his left. He hasn't fully cleared it out, and he is going to go down. Good patience from Almanac, and now the advanced position of Shox with the UMP. Double kill from him. Even though the bomb site is lost, they have the bomb. Electronic and Boomich have to go retrieve that. 30 seconds on the clock.
Shox being up that far when the rest of the fight's happening in the bomb site, and he's all the way.
Ahora Net con la mierda de la SG otra vez.
That's going to be so hard to read if you're coming in as the T side there. Yeah,
Team kill.
Coming out from G2 in general.
Ha cargado a su colega.
Dominic finding a way to make himself super useful, even if he was that low early on. He got a double kill towards the end, and that's nicely done. 10-7, and G2 now really starting to look a lot better here. I just needed a good start here in the second half.
Well, it's nice that they're able to actually, build off that pistol and convert it. instead of dropping that over to Na'Vi. 10-7, Pistols, Deagles bought up. 5 Deagles for the Na'Vi side. But you do have the op on Kenny S. Got 8 kills, a relatively quiet game for Kenny.
Estoy viendo que en todas las rondas el Connector lo regalan, Regalan Connector.
I think the best round that I can recall him having is the entry kill with the op towards Bathrooms when he picked off Simple and then his teammate a little bit later. That gave G2, I think, their second round of the opening half.
2 creeks now being stolen as well by the CT side. So again, I mean, this is another one of those maps where it can really be an issue that you have to peek into someone holding a corner with that. Kenny making sure that they can't easily rush him down for the smoke. Pretty good flick there to take down Flamey. They have Deagles, so you don't want to be taking, you know, too many long distance fights when you don't need to. But
and just as you're talking about the danger of going up against a Krieg, it's Almanac who has that, who's guarding Kenny S's long A. So Kenny doesn't even have to peek over there, doesn't have to worry about it whatsoever. He's fully focused towards these 2 choke points around Bathrooms. Electronic wants to find him jumping over the boxes. There's only 1 flashbang for Na'Vi in 38 seconds. They have a little bit more time to play with to try and find a pick with the Deagle, but G2 is doing really well here. They're not giving them a whole lot of opportunities to find picks.
yeah, taking one right next to the trash receptacle then. That doesn't really, I mean, it just a little bit of
Muy lentos, tío.
try and hit a shot on you with the Deagle.
Muy lentos.
Gets caught by that and you do actually go down, so still very much worth it. 3rd kill of the round for Kenny. That defensive warping sometimes can feel a little bit better, especially on that A side. 10-8. G2
Mal rollito.
really make their way back.
The great thing is that G2 doesn't lose any players there. Look at their money. It's going to start ballooning a little bit. Kenny S still with the op. Almanac still with his Creed, still with Shocks. And right around 3,000 in the bank. This is the best start you could have in the second half if you're G2, and you could see Malik just previously hyped up for these victories. Getting off to a good start in the second half. 8-10 as G2 closes the gap. Still haven't seen Simple with an AWP in the second half just yet.
Just a quick smoke down to buy time, I guess.
No tienen dinero para AWP, tío.
Posturing as if there's some kind of presence for the CT side.
Mal.
Yeah. So for
Mal manejo de dinero.
Pass along over towards Na'Vi. You know, Flamey is saying, you know, smoke. There could be someone who could spam from Electronic. Jax can't get into cover quick enough, and that might actually give Zeus the courage to take this peek and try and find another fight.
I believe he had the MP9 there, Jax. So I guess in terms of, you know, weapon loss, that's not such a big deal. But
Ya está aquí mi hija. Ya está aquí mi hija.
that is no fun at all. And they're kind of giving up on the bomb side.
It feels like, I think, a gamble stack. Rotate everyone over towards A and just hope they hit that bomb site. But you almost feel like you don't need to do it. Lucky's still here, but he hasn't spotted Electronic moving in. And that is a very dangerous. You want to talk about like an assassin hitman situation. Electronic can just peek whenever he wants with impunity. And there's no information that Lucky has that would let him know someone is there. The question is, does Lucky stick around and actually try and find a kill or two so his team can rotate back into this, or does he just give it up?
Oh, he's going to see the shot. Very quick on the trigger this time. Down, being planted. And they are going to start to rotate a couple of people in. I feel like they need to be very, very good in getting some early, fast kills here, or it's not going to matter, and they might as well just pack it up, even if it's a 4-on-4. You need to be so quick about it. That was one of the opportunities right there. Could have maybe taken down Simple. Zeus going to be...
Ella me ha llamado, ya salió.
Now, again, speed is really the key here. Simple getting 1 kill in return, and they were slowly being bled players on the G2 side. So what could have been 4 save rifles might end up being a lot less than that. They don't have a kit on the guy defusing. That's Kenny holding it instead, and that's going to be such a big kill for Simple. And that's exactly enough. Kenny, even with the kit, that's not going to be in time. So instead of saving 4 rifles, they save none and still lose the round. That's, I don't know, that's what happens sometimes when you sort of, you go for a retake and you feel like all the time like it's almost working, and you get sort of lured into it.
Well, I think it's actually okay, just simply because G2 actually, you know, kills everyone on Na'Vi. They find all those frags. So Navi's going to reinvest in this out of a victory, but not a great buy for them. It's not going to be anything super special. If you're G2, this hurts. You're going to have to buy all the way down, but you have a very, very strong buy to be able to have an immediate rebuttal. So for G2, I mean, that isn't a loss quite yet until this round is over.
Okay, no anillo.
Right, so it's like they they postpone
Ha llegado en el comeback de G2.
We'll see, depending on who wins this. Well, I like this from Kenny. Very aggressive over at the bathroom side. Boomich trying to land that shot. Looked like it could have worked.
Holy hell, yeah, you're right. Kenny, I didn't even realize he's all the way up at Playground.
Yeah.
He's cut this map in half. Now, if you're G2, you still have to be mindful. You know they can come up the danger stairs and kind of attack through bathrooms that way, but you can
Está en Playground. Kenny es, madre mía, no se lo espera ni para atrás.
take that risk. They're just going to camp 4 players at this B bomb site. Kenny can have a very fast flank, and with the range of the AWP, he can be involved in the retake at a very early point.
There's 3 of the G2 players, though, are stacked on top of each other down there at the sewer water. That could be an issue. Flashbang right in the eyes of Electronic. Couldn't really see anything for a long time there. Is this defense going to hold? Even if they have everybody here...
No se lo espera ni de coña.
Stack here. One good grenade and everybody could be flashed. There's certainly one of them there. No one peeking behind it. Electronic going to be going down. That's a good beginning to the defense. The bomb gets planted. No flank coming in from Kenny. He's going to go back the other side instead. And Jack's now falling. Still a 4-on-4.
I can't believe Kenny didn't actually push forward and flank. He could have had some shots into the monster tunnel where Simple and Flamey are. Now, in a long rotation back, he's still not involved in the retake. His teammates are doing all the work. He needs to get there much, much faster. And time is ticking away for G2 in this round. Lucky turning the corner, wants to find Boomich over towards Sandbags, but look at how slow this is. And Na'Vi, they're starting to fall apart. It's all on Zeus, and he can stop the defuse, but no, he commits to the fight a little early, and he can't. Wow. G2's gonna win it. Zeus,
Madre mía, Zeus.
Hesitation was his opportunity.
Madre mía, Zeus como un noob.
Wow, that is absolutely crazy. That looked like it was not going to be a retake. I'll be honest, that did not look very convincing. I agree, Kenny very, very late to get there, and just everything felt way too hesitant, and it turns out it was just fine. 11-9.
Oh, I cannot believe Zeus stopped to take that initial fight. And now this is what we talked about. You kind of delay the consequences of that previous loss. And now it kind of, I mean, it still matters. Obviously, you don't want Na'Vi to get any more rounds, but G2 avoids the
Está jugando muy mal el lado terrorista, Na'Vi.
stage in the game.
And they inflict heavy economic damage to Na'Vi in return.
And it's a big decision for Na'Vi now in this timeout of whether they want to invest and buy or not. Because if they do, this is about the same amount of money they just had in the previous round, which they weren't able to win.
Oh.
I can't exactly explain why. Wow, Kenny's really excited. That's what I love to see that. It feels like Na'Vi have not had any easy time at all finding individual battles against G2. You know, where's
Pesado que ha faltado.
Flamey or Simple or Electronic, maybe more Simple and Electronic, just clean takes somebody's face off with an AK. So like just any round that starts like that, you're like, okay, fine. Like now we can make different decisions. But it's like they're having a hard time even finding the French players because they're really far back.
Encima Echo.
Giving them many opportunities, which credit to G2 for playing that way, I think, on the CT side, because viewers don't want to give that to Simple or Electronic. But what did Na'Vi do to make up for that? Like, how did they get something going where they can just start out with a nice round, opening?
We haven't seen them like too quickly aggressive over towards bathrooms a whole lot. We've seen it a couple times with Deagles, with Galils and such. But yeah, you're right. I don't have the answer for you, Anders.
Well, it's okay. Maybe we can see if they can come up with one. They're going
to ya apuntes al Swiss, macho.
It's just going to be an all-in on this bomb site with
Las cremas.
Couple of smokes. Here they come around the pillar.
That's sick.
Picking up a great couple of kills. A third one to pretty much shut it down. The pistol. I mean, he could have just as well done it instead. Sneaking in quickly from behind there. Simple. That's that nice deal headshot. You like to see that.
Patata.
Yeah, you knew, didn't you?
Yeah, that was weird. Well, he's got an M4, 1 on 3, no. He's only got 30 seconds to work with. Going back to this A bomb, 1-on-1. And how committed is Kenny going to be to stop the plan? If Simple actually gets aggressive to get into the bomb site, Kenny's way deep in towards Bank, so especially the bonus money would be so helpful for Na'Vi.
It really would. I would say absolutely. There's no reason for Kenny to be overly aggressive here. Nice jump.
Cool jump peek, and I think he just makes the educated guess or just takes the risk and say, okay, if you have one player playing that far back in Bank, likely there's no one else here, because otherwise you would play a bit more aggressive when you have the confidence of a teammate and Simple pushes forward. There's a real chance here in a 1-on-2.
Now they do have a smoke, which is going to make a massive difference once he picks up this AWP. Going to be smoking on top of the bomb. He's got the Deagle out instead. He's already heard it. He knows they're going to be there. It's a couple of seconds left, and Simple, he's got one chance for a headshot, and he's not going to get it. Still, really
Ah.
good job, and they're going to take that AWP away.
Mi hija, que sobrina, es mi hija.
Good job on them for retaking from the other side, sort of limiting their exposure, but still.
Que se pone chungo esto, ¿eh?
That smoke. That's scary.
Yeah, that could be. That might change the whole round.
Pero bueno, hay que recordar que Navi siempre pierde el primer partido del Major.
Blind to the position he had to go in to put himself in that scenario in that 1 versus 2. 11 to 10. Money not great for G2 though. That's the other factor of that round of that becoming expensive with the extra $800 going to Na'Vi. 3 players dying for G2. Lucky Shocks and Jax are really hurting in the money category.
Yeah, it's very open. I mean, 11 to 10, not just the scoreline, but
Tengo.
there isn't a team right now that has such a huge economic lead that they can afford to just start to relax in any way. What's that? Jax at 18, 19 on
Sí, está bastante interesante.
server overall.
Más de lo que me gustaría.
Look at Lucky's return to the game. A lot of credit to him for starting to pick it up again.
He ended the first half with what, 3 kills in it?
Something like that. Oh, wow.
Molotov combo, electronic waiting. That is very nice teamwork to find that kill.
Con calma.
Simple yet effective.
That's everything you could ever hope for. In fact, sometimes I think teams overall
Con calma.
completely miss that aspect of the game. It's like some people almost, it's like they convince themselves, or the team convinces itself, that the only way to have big results is to have really deep and elaborate strategy.